Now we're getting funky again.
It's ghosts.
It's ghosts.
Whoa.
More ghosts.
Or maybe
not-
even some sort of phantom?
Whoa.
Detecting.
Nice.
Good job,
I
everyone.
detect a phantom.
Now that my assignment to stop the execution had ended in such an unsatisfactory way, I decided to go see Lynn at the Justice Minister's office. She thought she was calling the chicken kitchen. Poor girl. Or no, that was Jow. That was... Fuck it. Let...
Wow.
That didn't happen. Take two.
Yeah, ignore that.
We'll edit that out of the VOD. It's fine. Welcome to Ghost Trick, everybody.
Now that my assignment to
Or
stop
one
the
might even call it
execution
Phantom Detective. Ooh.
had ended in such an unsatisfactory way, I decided to go see Lynn at the Justice Minister's office. Dragoni is playing Splatoon 3 call-out post on my twitter.com. Oh, I can't zoom in on
I
that.
picked up my Switch and put it out of sleep mode.
Detective Jowd's story about this other murder weighs on me heavily. Should I tell Lynn about it? I just don't know. Hey Duck, how's it going? We're about ready for the plot to happen.
Does it ever stop happening?
This time Lynn isn't dead. Thank Christ. But the atmosphere makes me think it might be too soon to count my blessings just yet. Trick time.
And be all tricky and stuff.
I'm glad Lynn isn't dead.
Tricky.
But what in the world is she doing? And again, do I really want to know? I don't think I do.
Bye, Lynn. Have fun.
Sing about something for after stream? Yeah, give me one sec. Alright. The entrance to a nearly deserted, dimly lit park. Hey, look at that. The detective is back.
Gonella!
Without knowing the situation, this scene would look pretty suspicious.
Congrats. We're a paper now.
Yeah.
That I can't read. I wonder if anything's different in the Super's office. Ignoring the very suspicious scene going on at the... Aww. Nothing's different. Boo. Fine. Corpse.
Oh.
Somehow was not attracted to that first.
You
Check the
left
documents.
immediately.
Yeah, who gives a shit? It's just a dead body.
What kind of greeting is that? I mean, I know I'm a ghost and everything, but...
Well, and? How'd it go? Was Detective Jowd still alive?
He'd already been executed by the time I got there. I did manage to save him, but...
You did? Oh, I'm so glad.
Wait a minute, did you say but?
I told Lynn about my adventure at the prison. About that other murder, though. I couldn't bring myself to tell her.
Inspector Cabanela arrested Detective Jowd? I can't believe it!
Yeah, I feel the same way. I can't believe that wherever I go, somebody's always dead. Either you or someone else.
Sorry about that.
So who is that lying on the floor there?
Oh, you noticed him, did you? That's the Justice Minister. The man who signed the order to carry out Detective Jowd's execution. He was already dead when I got here.
Shouldn't you have called for help in that case?
I guess so. But I wanted, remember? For murder? I was hoping we could save him without me getting caught.
We, huh? Oh boy.
In fact, help called for you this time.
Okay.
What happens if we talk to her again?
I wonder.
There are just too many mysteries surrounding Detective Jowd's execution. Why did the Justice Minister sign the order? And why would Inspector Cavanella betray Detective Jowd?
Just so you know, Detective Jowd himself said it was the right thing to do.
Oh.
Anyway, I guess I'd better see to the Justice Minister. Yeah, he is kind of breaking out of prison. Like, even if he didn't kill his wife,
That
he
is in and of itself a crime, after all.
Yeah. All right. Oh boy.
Here we go.
Hey, can you hear me?
No.
He's dead, but he still seems to be unconscious.
Could you rescue him now, while he's still unconscious? Instead of talking to him, I bet it'd be faster to just see for yourself what really happened.
Yeah, I bet you're right. Back we go then, to 4 minutes before his death. Yeah. Minister's office. 4 minutes before death. That is a big-ass pen nib.
Very fancy for very big documents.
Come on! Oh, excuse me. What? All right. I'll do as you say. Oh, this is terrible! Why doesn't she answer? Medicine. Water.
Wow, you went in on those choking sounds.
Such a foolish man.
Oh, you woke up.
He's a contradiction.
Contradiction?
The more we search for the truth, the further into a dilemma we fall. The world of men is steeped in contradictions. We choose this, we can't have that. If a man tries to have his medicine bottle and water pitcher too, he loses both.
Oh, I don't know. To me, it looks like you could have had both of those things just now.
He didn't know the truth about the world. That's why he died. Such a foolish man. Or maybe I should say a pathetic man. That's the more fitting word.
I don't think this guy gets it yet. The foolish and pathetic man is him. Is that what they call a contradiction? By the way, what's your name?
Just call me a seeker of truth.
I will not do that. Sidestepped that one, didn't he? They really could have just given him a name. It wouldn't have been that hard.
His name is Justice Minister.
No need to think too hard about this one. All I have to do is get his medicine to him. Pretty simple. But there's one more thing that concerns me. What was that telephone call the Justice Minister got all about? It was right after that that his health took an instant downturn.
Never seen such a foolish, pathetic, and strange man.
I think you'd better stop there. This guy is a guy.
Forgive me for calling so late, Mr. Minister.
Who is this? How did you get this number?
We have your daughter.
Who is this? Amelie's tutor?
Would a tutor call you at this hour?
No.
I'll say it one more time. We have your daughter.
What? My daughter! Is she alright? Tell me she's alright!
Hear for yourself.
Papa, help! I'm gonna be killed!
What do you want? What are your demands?
I believe we already made our demand known the other day.
Oh, so it was you.
And have you complied? Has the execution been carried out?
I didn't do it because of your demand. I did it because that's my job.
Yes, of course.
They should be contacting me any minute now with the confirmation. There's no need for this kidnapping.
We're very thorough. You do well to remember that.
Oh.
And of course it goes without saying we're watching you. If this information leaves that room, you'll never see your daughter again. I trust you understand that.
Don't tell the police, is that it?
Exactly. All you have to do is your job.
All right. I'll do as you say. I'll make sure the execution is carried out tonight. You have my word.
Oh, it's probably a good idea to see what's going on over there.
Yeah.
Didn't seem like a dead end in the slightest.
Well, someone's gonna be dead at some point. Trace complete. Mysterious dark room.
Apparently the police in this country aren't so easily fooled. They had no idea word of tonight's deal had leaked.
Mama, help! I'm gonna be killed. I hate you, Mama.
Luckily, I managed to arrange it so that the Justice Minister could hear her voice. What's taking the goods so long to arrive? Starting to get concerned.
I believe in the first stream we determined that Dragoni was going to take over for Amelie, but I decided in the moment that the chat GPT version of Amelie there was going to be me. Uh-oh. This woman doesn't show any signs of moving from that spot, and I can't use the telephone line either. Looks like I fell into a trap.
All women are like traps.
Be nice!
Some are sweet traps, some are bitter. Don't you understand that?
Okay. Anyway, I think I'd better rethink things here. Well, this is a fine mess of turnips we've gotten ourselves into.
Yay,
I think
turnips!
it's time to rewind.
Probably worth noting that Justice Minister looks like himself, which means he does know who he is.
Yeah.
He's not just observing this and thinking it passively. He
Yeah,
does absolutely
he
know
is-
that's him.
He is definitely aware. Also, love how they deliberately put the papers and everything else just out of reach, so you have to see this, like, possess the phone and immediately see this conversation. Very, very small but clever thing. Like, they really want you to check out the other side of the phone line. Is the first thing. We used a Vocaloid voice sample to make a
Kidnap Tatsune Miku!
My daughter, Hatsune Miku! He has 2 children. Hatsune Miku's just out on lives on her own.
She's old enough at this point.
A kidnapping, eh? Once again, I'm not sure what the word means, but it's apparently the cause of the minister's attack.
Such a useless man.
Huh?
A useless man caught up in a useless case. Why doesn't he understand that?
Anyway, we only have 4 minutes here. I'd better do something about that medicine.
All right.
So this medicine stops the minister's attacks, huh? If I could, I'd spill them onto his desk right now, but unfortunately I can't even open the cap.
What a shabby excuse for a man.
Huh?
He wears his important-looking uniform and sits working at his stately desk. But what does he have inside? Nothing. A miserable, shabby excuse for a man.
I think you've already said quite enough.
I have to call my wife. I have to see if it's true. Maybe they called the wrong person.
This minister doesn't accept the truth easily.
He's morally bankrupt.
Okay, now you're taking it too far. His wife won't answer for some reason. My wife who doesn't answer her phone. I think I know who that is.
A morally bankrupt man deserves a morally bankrupt wife. Why doesn't that man understand that?
I'm sorry I ever brought this guy along. You and me both, Cecil. If only he could at least drink some of this water. Too bad he knocks his pitcher to the floor at the end of his 4 minutes.
Such a stupid man.
Shut the fuck up!
Once water is spilled, there's no getting it back. And knowing this full well, why do people still spill water pitchers?
I don't know, those who do not learn from history are doomed to repeat it. I love how in all of this, like, pretty much all of Cecil's responses there are internal, implying that he's not even justifying him with a deliberate response. He's just like, bro.
Yeah, you can hear it all anyway.
I mean, yeah, but
why doesn't she answer? Noises. Funny dances.
Evacuate the dance floor. Whoa, whoa. He's having a horrible time right now.
Yeah.
All those funny moves are just him, like, literally yanking his hair out. And this is when he starts having his heart attack.
God, yeah, they really play it up to make it, like, kind of comedic, but Jesus.
Yeah.
This is probably one of the most brutal deaths in the game.
Here it comes. His worry and anxiety have reached their peak.
Such a disgraceful man.
Huh?
If one lives his life in fits, he's bound to be plagued by fits. It's so simple. Why doesn't he understand?
There wasn't a chance to rescue him before now. It's not over yet, though. I can't give up now. Again, completely ignoring him there.
Mm-hmm.
Well, nothing we could have done about that.
Get your water. Get your water, sir. Get your water, sir.
Wow!
Whomp. Oh!
Oh, water. Thank you. I will.
Oh!
There, that should help. At least now he's had some water. He's still breathing, apparently. But he looks far from recovered, unfortunately.
Such a wishy-washy man.
Huh?
He can't make up his mind whether to live or die. That's how he lives his life.
Okay. At least now I bought him some time to get his medicine to him. I'm not actually used to hearing most of the dialogue here because of the way that Jay played this scene.
Uh-huh.
It was a really good bit, though.
It was a very good bit. The minister's fate has changed, but the situation still seems the same. Can't move anywhere now. Did I miss something? I think I saw a path just for a second while the minister was drinking the water. Maybe I should start over from the beginning. Fuck!
Whoops.
Oh, dumbass!
Oops.
Do I have a... Now we have to watch him do this whole fucking thing again. God damn it.
Yeah, time for the heart attack dance.
What do you
Heart
guys
attack dance versus panic dance. What wins?
Probably the panic dance because one of them is left standing afterward.
Mm-hmm.
What have you guys been playing recently?
Monster
Monster
Hunter.
Hunter.
Yeah. I beat Hitman 3 and then got really into the roguelike mode.
Oh yeah, no.
Is there a roguelike mode?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
great. It's called Freelancer. It's set after the events of the main story. Ha-ha!
Yeah, ceiling fan.
Yeah, that should help.
He had himself a drink.
Sippy.
What a pathetic fuck up of a man.
Whoosh!
We
Got him.
Very
Okay.
nicely stood up against the wall.
nice.
Okay, time for the next step. Now about this medicine bottle. If the minister's going to make a full recovery, I have to deliver this thing to him. But how is a ghost with no hands or feet supposed to do that? I guess I'll just have to use my head instead.
But how's a ghost with no head supposed to do that?
Shut the fuck up, intrusive thoughts. This thing is pretty heavy. It's got a good swing to it. Sharp enough to cut the medicine bottle in two, though. It's not long enough, is it?
Such a reckless man.
Shut the fuck up!
Only cowards like to keep weapons around. What a truly dangerous thing to have around.
In any case, I bet I could use this sword somehow. Alright. Let's see if I remember how this absolutely infamous puzzle goes. Okay.
This one is complex.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
A lot of moving parts that you only get one shot for.
Mm-hmm.
So don't mess it up.
Why was I able to reach from here, but not from the... Whatever.
Closer.
They'll forever be a mystery.
Think you want to turn it?
I'm trying...
I'm waiting to find it.
I know that the intended solution is that you just reload, but I really want to see how far in this I can get without reloading.
Mm.
Yeah.
Ah.
All right.
This urn is pretty light. Once an urn is dropped, there's no getting it back. I guess I'd better think carefully about what I drop and when. Speaking of dropping,
Mm-hmm.
plonk.
Don't.
Whoop. I miss passing.
Time is passing.
Now the other katunk. Nice. Time for a classic
Light
seesaw
frame for its
homicide.
size. There sure are a lot of things that can
reverse
fall down in
homicide.
this
Let's do a classic seesaw rescue.
Ah.
Seesaw resuscitation. He's a fallen man.
Do you really gotta?
He deserves to have everything come tumbling down on his head.
I don't know about fallen man, but you talk about him like he's your fall guy. Guess the key here is what order the objects are dropped in. It's a good thing I already have that memorized. This motherfucker spent far too long editing the ghost trick highlights. With a special attention to this episode. Yeah!
Bump.
Did I turn this already?
You
Yeah.
did.
Yes.
It's in the correct orientation.
Wobble.
Bump.
Yeah! Yeah!
Nice.
Woo!
First try.
We did a golf.
Whoa! My medicine! Wow!
There, the minister finally took his medicine. Think maybe he even took too much medicine.
Such a greedy man.
Shut the fuck up.
He's supposed to take 2 capsules with water. Why doesn't he know that?
Oh, cut the guy some slack. There, see? Too much medicine challenge.
I think that's forget doing it all in one go.
Yep. Whew, that was a lot of work.
Well, hopefully this taught him a lesson.
Huh?
He greatly underestimated his dependence on his medicine. I hope he learned something from this experience. First, know yourself. That is the key to everything.
I think you need to listen to your own advice. Anyway, let's go back to the world of the present. Yeah, so we kind of... Since we did it first try, we didn't have to hear the Justice Minister ramble on and insult himself over and over again. But rest assured, for those that haven't seen that before, it is really annoying having to listen to him bitch at himself over and over again every time you want to retry. It is quite the experience. And so the Justice...
First time.
And so the Justice Minister is now back to life. The furrows on his brow are even deeper now. And apparently our
Nice
lady
pose,
detective is the present cause of those furrows.
Look, detective. He was sentenced after a fair trial, and the man himself wants to be executed.
But there was no evidence. All they had was his own confession.
But it was no ordinary confession. It was the confession of an esteemed detective.
Who was under suspect...
I told you I don't want anybody coming near me! Oh.
Mr. Minister, please listen. I might be able to gather new evidence in that case tonight.
What?
So please, please just give me a little more time.
I just got a call from the prison. Your death row convict apparently just escaped.
What?
Unfortunately, after all this time, it seems he now wants to dodge his punishment.
But...
When he's apprehended, his sentence will be carried out. Tonight.
No. But when the sentence was handed down, you were against enforcing the death penalty. So why did you sign the order all of a sudden?
Well, I was simply performing my duty as Justice Minister. That's all there is to it.
Then looks like she's about to rip into the Justice Minister. She's forgotten all about me. I think I'll send her a little signal. I wonder.
Where are you going?
To send a signal from across the room. Nope.
Not a very nice signal.
Nope. Not close enough.
Signal sucks, bro.
Then
What?
the wind tickled the back of her neck.
Oh, Sissel, there you are.
Sounds like the minister is being very stubborn.
That's right, he is. Maybe we shouldn't have saved him after all.
The minister has
Whoa.
to have the execution carried out tonight. He has a very good reason for it.
A good reason?
I told Lynn what I had learned about the kidnapping.
Kidnapping? They kidnapped the Justice Minister's daughter?
Apparently.
Oh my goodness. But still, that's still no reason to hurry forward with the execution.
Why don't you go ahead and say that to the justice minister then?
Poor man, I hate to do that to him.
Oh, by the way,
But,
do you think you could carry me?
oh right, sure. Not very handy, is it, having no legs?
No, kind of sucks. I'm glad that the weight of the globe was surprising to you.
What are you going to do with that globe? Crack me in the head with it?
Better make it count. Better kill me in one shot.
Oh, this? Pay no attention to this.
It's kind of hard not to pay attention to it.
By the way, and please, pardon me if this is a silly question, were you talking to somebody just now? Of course not, right? I mean, there's no such thing as ghosts, right?
Are you talking about me?
Talking
No!
to me.
No such thing. No, just a dream. It's nothing but a dream.
Don't you remember me?
My dream is talking to me!
So now I'm a dream, eh?
He's gonna have another heart attack, guys.
I don't think we have enough medicine for that.
Mr. Minister? We know. We know about your daughter. She was kidnapped, wasn't she? And if the execution doesn't take place tonight, you won't see her again. Your medicine! Take it!
And then he died again.
Ghost trick my way to... Replay the mission. Ghost trick my way to the pharmacy.
What am I going to do? The death row prisoner has escaped. If he isn't executed tonight, my daughter, my harmony.
But what if that execution isn't the right thing to do?
Come on, Lynn. If you keep pressing him like that, he's gonna die again.
What can I do then?
All you can do is your very best.
We have to do something about that kidnapping. Until we do that, it'll be impossible to get the minister on our side. That's the way I see it. I think I'll start by gathering info on the kidnapping in the only way I know how. By scaring the shit out of an old man. We meet again, Mr. Minister.
What? I've never seen you before. In any case, I'm a very busy man. If you're a dream, please don't bother me while I'm awake.
I'm not a dream.
Looks like it's just a waste of time trying to talk to this guy.
Yeah, I think you're right, stubborn Justice Minister.
Please stop speaking ill of me inside my own head!
I love that line so much.
Don't you think there's something fishy about this kidnapping thing?
Fishy.
I mean, the demand is to carry out an execution that was already set to be carried out. It's just like the minister said, there's no need for such a kidnapping.
You might be right.
Are you talking to somebody again? No. No, there's no such thing. No such thing. I'm a realist. I'll never believe in them. Not in the existence of ghosts, not in this escape from prison, and not in this kidnapping.
This realist is running away from several very real facts.
High speed, too.
Anyway, let me try and find out more about this kidnapping. After all, I know where the kidnappers are.
Oh, that's right. You have their telephone number.
I think I'll go see what these kidnappers look like. Zip,
Zippity-doo-dah.
zippity-yay, my oh my, what a criminal day.
Crime.
Rhymes.
Crime! I really should pay the kidnappers' hideout a visit. After all, if we want the Justice Minister to come around, we have to solve this problem first. I feel like I'm slowly moving away from my own mystery, but I'm not the kind of guy who can abandon a little lady in trouble. This is like the third time tonight. So I guess I'm in this for a little while longer. We got a new illustration. Elegy of a Gentleman. Continue playing? Yes. 12:10 a.m. That's what? That's only like an hour away from Dubby at this point? The Justice
Like
Minister's
4 minutes.
daughter.
4 minutes ago.
Oh.
It was 4 minutes before death?
The Justice Minister's daughter has been abducted. The kidnappers demand the execution of the death row prisoner Jowd to be carried out tonight. Lynn says the execution is a mistake, and I believe her. And so I'm paying the kidnappers' hideout a visit to see what I can find out about the abduction.
What took you so long?
Your instinct was right, Beauty, my dear. They had that restaurant surrounded. It took me forever to shake them, and now my poor bike is ready for the scrap heap.
You can join the other one that was already there.
Yeah, the one we used to drop a wrecking ball on your colleague's head. I mean...
On what?
Next time, maybe you should make it a tricycle so you don't hurt yourself.
Oh, that hurts, Beauty. But that's okay. That's what I love about you.
I like a woman who will just fuck me up.
Aha!
Be a little more gentle with our valuable hostage, please.
Yes, yes. Always keep a smile on a lady's face. Right, my dear? There. See that, Beauty? Now the smile blooming on your face, too, my dear.
Yes, a wry smile.
Some very high heels.
Yeah.
I'm going out for a breath of fresh air. You're on guard duty.
All right, I'll dream of you until you return.
Why don't you open the trunk for our guest?
I will, Beauty. I was just taking a little breather.
Shit's heavy, you know?
All right, little lady. Let me open that trunk for you. Beauty.
Snooze. Looks like the Justice
Wish I could
Minister's
fall asleep
daughter
that
really
fast.
had been kidnapped.
Yeah.
Has been kidnapped. And something else is bothering me too. Don't think I've ever been to this room before, but something about it is giving me a strange sense of deja vu. I've seen something like this before. Higher on the street. I know it's my time to go. Anyway, taking something precious to manipulate others. So that's what a kidnapping is. The dirty tricks those without the powers of the dead come up with. Look at these jokers, not even having superpowers. Psh. However, if I take that precious thing back, their power vanishes, doesn't it? Now then, time to see how the Justice Minister's little girl is doing, before this guy wakes up from his dream of beauty. Alright. Burn!
Burn.
Burn! Burn to the ground!
That got completely eaten.
Whew. Got him.
Nice.
We're really making a mess of the place, aren't we?
Not much worse off than it was before, to be perfectly honest. This is one of those things where you light with fire, isn't it? As long as there's light in the room, it seems like... Is something like this really necessary? But if something can be lit, it kind of makes me want to light it. I need another core to reach the trunk and open it. Wonder if I can create a new core. The shelf is suspended by very thin cords. They look like they're about to break. I bet it'd be quite a spectacle if it fell. If something can break it, kind of makes me want to break it.
There's those impulsive thoughts coming in.
Silent assassin. Darn. Can't reach my destination from here. Damn it. Uh-oh.
Can't undo this. There's no deaths to go back to. Can you not just light
Just
the
gotta wait for
candles?
just gotta wait for the fan to come back around, right?
Oh, right. It's still on.
Oh,
Ah,
that's what you were stuck on?
I am not very bright.
bonk.
That's good. That's good. We're making progress. Ah!
Nice.
Yeah. Up and
Well,
down
that
it
was
goes. Cake box? How do I know it's a cake box?
It's got cake on it.
Bit of a delayed reaction.
Just my imagination.
Snooze. Just my imagination, that's all he has to say. If he was any more laid back, he'd fall right off that crate. Look at that streamer go spinning round and round. How can I make use of that?
Ooh, another bang.
Pew!
Just my imagination.
Just my imagination, that's all he has to say. What an amazingly simple fellow. This room, on the other hand, is starting to look amazingly festive. The question is, how can I use it to my advantage? By lighting it on fire.
Yeah, baby.
Just barely.
Woo!
Woo! Burn! Whoosh!
That's dangerous.
It is.
One way to light a candle.
From across the room. By God, here comes Sissel with the folding chair! Across the room! I love how you can see it spool around the balance toy. It's very fun.
That burned very fast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bingo.
Just my imagination.
Just my clock. From my imagination. No snarky comment about that one, though, Sissel. Oh, hi there.
This kills me every time.
What in the... What's going on here? This little lady is... Is this little lady really a daughter of the Justice Minister?
Just my imagination.
The fun book and juice.
Like I said, always keep a smile on a lady's face. I wanted to treat our guest well.
How about treating me well? I'd like some bread and milk, please.
At your service, my dear. Be back in a flash.
Hey, mister.
Yes, cute little lady. More juice, perhaps. All you have to do is ask.
Have I been kidnapped?
Don't cry, little dear. There's nothing to be afraid of. The surroundings are miserable and filthy, I know, but we just ask for a little patience.
Don't say those awful things about this house.
Huh?
This house is where I used to live.
Ah, what? I apologize, little lady. I'm the one who's miserable and filthy. Forgive me. What's the meaning of this, beauty? Why here at this girl's old house?
Don't ask me. It was the other party in our deal who chose this location.
Oh. Oh, I see.
Been empty for 5 years, and apparently nobody ever comes here. Never mind that. What about my bread and milk?
Oh, of course. Now, you be a good girl while I'm gone.
You just read your book and drink your juice. I want to go home. Not quite yet.
This dilapidated place was Camilla's old house? What's going on here? It's trick time, I guess. What in the world? Why does the little lady have a core of the dead? When I helped her out at Lynn's apartment, she didn't have one. So that must mean she must have died sometime after that. And it also means somebody else must have saved her. I'd better ask her what happened. But first, I gotta examine this fun book. A book? I wonder what the little lady's reading tonight. An exciting adventure story, maybe? Although she's already getting quite a bit of excitement for one day.
Dorothy will never know what she's reading because Sissel can't read.
Oh, wait a minute. Is that you, Missile? Missile!
I'm sorry, I'm not Missile. My name is Sissel.
I get how you
Sissel?
get confused.
My name is Camilla.
Camilla. So it is her. I knew it.
What happened to me? What is this place?
I can hardly tell the poor little thing that this is the land of the dead.
Land of the dead? Does that mean I'm dead?
Oh, darn, I forgot there are no secrets in the ghost world. You can relax, you're not dead. But this isn't the first time you've been here, apparently.
Really? I don't remember. Wait, maybe I do remember. Sort of.
You do? It looks like she doesn't remember being saved very well. So there's some other dead person out there with special powers, eh? Anyway, I don't want to press her if she doesn't remember dying. Do you mind if I ask you a few questions about something else?
Go ahead, sissy.
Sissy, huh? Alright. Why are you kidnapped? Tell me about tonight.
Lynn asked me to do something for her tonight.
I know about that part. She asked you to go to the chicken kitchen on Dead End Drive, right?
Yeah, but I never got there. I wish I could say I'm sorry to her. Never should have gone through that park.
What park?
Temsic Park. It's a shortcut to Dead End Drive.
Is that where the kidnappers grabbed you?
Yeah, Lynn always said. Don't like that park. Scary things happen there.
Temsic Park, eh?
What are we gonna do? Lynn's gonna be mad.
She is? How come?
Because I left it there. The music box in the park.
That's right, the music box. The music box.
The music box was hidden in the apartment. I finally found it with a little bit of luck and courage.
And a little bit of
Guess
help.
where it was?
I don't know. Yeah. I'll pretend I don't know.
You know, you don't have to humor me.
Oops. So what happened to the music box?
I hid it in the bushes at the park just before it happened.
Just before... Oh, just before you were kidnapped, huh?
I didn't want the bad man to take it, so I hid it. I bet it's still there in the park.
Well, that means you know where it is. That's good. You did well. So the music box is in the park. I better let Lynn know. After we're done talking. About yourself. This is your old house?
Yep. This is where we lived until 5 years ago. Now I live with Lynn and Missile.
Lynn is like a big sister to you, isn't she?
Yep. She's a detective, you know? She's a hero.
She is, huh? By the way, about your father. Is he the Justice Minister?
My father is gone.
Gone? Maybe he passed away.
No, that's not it. My dad is going to die. It's all because of me.
What? What do you mean, because of me? Why would you say that?
It's called an execution. My dad is a detective.
No way! Don't tell me your father is Detective Jowd!
Look nothing like him.
That's right.
What in the world?
5 years ago, something really bad happened. Like a scary dream. But it wasn't a dream.
5 years ago. That murder case.
It was Mum's birthday that day. My mum and dad were working and I was home by myself. And I had an idea. I was going to surprise my mum. I set up that contraption. I'm home, Camilla. Why is it dark? Um. still can't believe it happened. It wasn't supposed to work like that.
I know that contraption. And I know how it was supposed to work. Party poppers and a cake. A birthday message.
My dad told me not to tell anybody. Just leave it to me, he said. My dad wanted to be executed. He asked them for it. But I wanted to tell everyone it was my fault. My dad said what I saw was a bad dream. He told me to forget it.
This is all so unbelievably tragic. I can't believe it. This little lady is Detective Jowd's daughter? I just can't tell her. Can't tell her why she was kidnapped.
Why was I kidnapped? I want to know.
Come on.
Oops. There are no secrets in the ghost world. Maybe we'd better stop talking. It's too dangerous.
Sissy, you're not gonna talk to me anymore?
I think we'd better get you out of here first. We can talk more after that.
Okay, but
I'm gonna rescue you now. You just hold on a little longer, alright?
Okay, but we'll talk later, right? Don't forget, you promised, Sissy.
Updated the phone book.
What took you so long?
I traveled the entire town in search of the finest bread and milk for you, my dear. But it's late and all the shops are closed.
We're leaving this place right now.
What? But he's not here yet. If we couldn't meet at the restaurant, were we supposed to meet here?
Yes, and he's the one who chose this location.
I don't like this one bit. We have to run around doing all this extra work, all for the sake of his deal.
Be quiet.
Ah,
It can't be helped. This place is too dangerous. I told you, my sixth sense is very strong.
all right, as you wish, Beauty.
I feel it. Sense something here in this room.
Could it be the ghost of the woman that was murdered here?
Somebody there? Can you hear me?
Is she talking to me?
I can sense your presence, you know. The next time I sense you, this child will die. Remember that. Alright, we're leaving.
Pardon me, little lady.
Back in she goes.
Oh, the fun book!
No!
Okay.
At least she's still got the juice.
In her little sippy cup. All of a sudden, I'm left behind alone. Alone in the room that stole that little lady's smile away 5 years ago. The little lady is gone now, leaving me with only a few new facts. A few very heavy, very sad facts. Does Lynn know about all this? One other thing stands out in my mind. I can sense your presence. The sum of that kidnapper's final words. Do those two know? Do the kidnappers know about the powers of the dead?
Yay, we got the murder room.
Illustrations. Yay.
Yay!
Yay.
Yeah.
"12:25 a.m. Looks like the kidnappers made a big mistake. The girl in the trunk was Detective Jowd's daughter, Camilla, not the minister's daughter. When I got back to the Justice Minister's office, things were getting even more out of hand. I knocked over my little thing.
No.
Devastated man was...
Dang.
Yeah, it's a little crocheted thing that I got from Maddie that she gave to me at MagFest. It's one of those little crocheted things you put in a frame, specifically.
Frame?
Or not crocheted, with the needlepoint things. But it's the sprite of the Shy Guy from Mario 2, and the text above it says, "I ain't scared, I'm terrified." It's very good.
I love that.
When I got back to the Justice Minister's office, things were getting even more out of hand. The devastated man was being grilled by the fiery detective lady. I told Lynn what I had found out about the kidnapping, that it wasn't the Justice Minister's daughter who had been abducted, that the kidnappers had been holed up in Camilla's old house, that they sensed my presence and were already gone.
But Camilla? Why do they have Camilla? Her father isn't the stupid old Justice Minister.
I think the stupid old part is a little uncalled for. It looks like the kidnappers made a mistake somehow.
Poor girl. Kidnapped for the ransom of her own father's execution. It's just too much.
It's a cruel twist of fate, I agree. And then there are those other twists, too. Like the kidnappers winding up in and using Camilla's old house as their hideout.
There's no way it could be just coincidence.
And them sensing my presence. They seem to know about the powers of the dead.
I just don't understand any of it.
Told you before, Detective. I want you to stand back.
Who cares about distance at a time like this? Look, Mr. Minister, it wasn't your daughter that was kidnapped.
I'm trying to pretend you didn't hear what we were saying.
How can I believe in you? I'm a realist!
Please! If you don't believe what we say, see for yourself. Just call home and...
I tried calling 100 times! My wife won't answer!
She won't?
It's complicated. Oh, why does life have to be such a complicated thing?
But if she doesn't answer, doesn't that mean everything's normal?
It doesn't prove it!
Yeah, you'd think that she would be answering the phone if she was getting phone calls and her daughter was missing. But
I mean, what's supposed to be a tutoring?
Yeah.
but she's sick. So she knows that she's at home.
Right. But does the Justice Minister know that Emma knows that?
No. But if Emma knew that her daughter was gone, then Emma would probably be answering the phone. Anyway.
I gotta understand
And
now.
I'm being watched. I can't have the police go check for me. It's just a feeling. Besides, if the execution isn't carried out tonight, the hostage will be killed! What difference does it make that it's not my daughter?
That makes a lot of sense.
Hoo-wee! That's quite a pickle, Mr. Minister. Quite a pickle.
What?
Miss me, baby?
Inspector Cabanella.
I have a little report for you, Mr. Minister.
Wow.
escaped prisoner has been apprehended. Thought you might like to see him, so here he is. His little feet shuffle as he stands up from his bow is so good.
Detective Jowd? Detective Jowd, I'm so sorry I tried. I know that you're innocent. I just can't prove it. I'm so sorry.
Lynn, please, don't apologize to me.
Ah, beautiful love between a teacher and student. It brings a tear to my eye.
Shut up.
Not enough of a tear to make me let him go. Lynn doesn't really know that Jowd is innocent. She just believes it from the bottom of her heart. The execution and the kidnapping are real threats, and time marches on. I'll gather information and see if I can think of something. This all relates back to me somehow. I just know it. I don't believe they have any lines, but in the event that they do, Dubby, you are now the guards.
They are on the casting chart.
Yep.
Yeah.
As someone else.
She doesn't
Yeah.
have any lines here.
I
You knew, didn't you, Inspector Cabanella? That the execution was tonight?
I don't believe I had any obligation to tell you. It is confidential information. I don't think he was supposed to tell.
And you're fine with this? I mean, you know as well as I do. Detective Jowd could never have done such a thing. Hi, Ark.
Ark's playing Master Detective Archives. Wait, what's the full name of that game?
That's Raincode.
Oh. Oh, what? That's dumb. Why would they put the... Okay, well, okay. If they make a sequel to that game, then it better include Master Detective Archives at the beginning and not be Master Detective Archives, Raincode, the Somnium Files at the end. Like so many
It's a
frustrating
going to.
visual novels do. Anyway.
I believe the Somnium Files was really just going to be AI in their non-initiative, but they put Somnium Files in there to make sure that people knew it was connected. Otherwise, AI is not a very distinctive series name.
Well, I feel like it's more of an issue in the current era when AI is like a big thing in the news, whereas when the first game came out, it wasn't like making headlines about people using AI to cheat on homework and shit. I hope they drop it from the next one. They won't. They gotta commit to it, but anyway. Did you say this line already?
I said the line.
Oh! Oh, come on now, baby. I know no such thing.
Huh?
I know two things to be true, and two things only. One, he was given the death penalty, and two, he tried to escape. What else could I do but haul him in, baby?
If that's the case, why did you bring him here?
Whatever do you mean, young lady?
He escaped from prison, right? So why didn't you just take him back to the prison? I think you only brought him here to brag about your accomplishment. Isn't that right, Inspector? For your own selfish reasons? So are all those rumors about you true? That the only thing you care about is a spotless record? Is that more important to you than saving a friend?
Everybody has certain principles they can't go back on, including me. You'll understand that someday, baby.
That's enough, Len.
But Detective Jowd!
I'm a death row inmate who escaped from prison. This is how it should be.
What?
Poor Amelie. Is she alright?
Actually, the girl who was kidnapped is named Camilla.
Why is a dream talking to me in my head again?
Wait a minute. Amelie? Could that be the Amelie next door?
Yes, I think so.
Wow. I didn't know the Justice Minister lived next door.
No, not me. My wife. It's, complicated.
Yeah, I bet it would be pretty hard to admit she left him.
The minister's wife ran away on him? Fuck! Maybe they grew apart with him being so busy.
Yeah, I bet you're right.
Please stop gossiping about me inside my own head!
Oh man, when the Justice Minister's not being so annoying, he's really funny. Hey, Jowd.
So, Mr. Ghost, we meet again. I hear something happened. Something about a kidnapping?
Some kidnappers are saying they abducted the Justice Minister's daughter.
That's terrible. What's their demand?
The carrying out of your execution. Tonight.
I had no idea I was so hated. But the minister doesn't have to worry. I die and it's all over. Very simple.
It is not that simple!
Why not?
Because it isn't really the minister's daughter who's kidnapped. It's Camilla!
What? Camilla?
I checked it out for myself. I'm positive.
No, it can't be.
And, by the way, Camilla told me something interesting. She said that the one who killed her mother 5 years ago was Camilla herself.
What? What are you talking about?
Don't listen to him. I'm the one who shot her. I'm the one who shot Alma. If I'm executed tonight, that will be the end of it. Camilla won't have to suffer anymore after tonight.
For a capable detective, you say some incredibly misguided things.
Oh,
You dying isn't gonna end that girl's suffering. It'll just bring her new suffering. The only person's pain this execution is going to ease is yours.
Is it true? What Camilla said?
Why don't you tell us what you know? I forgot to talk to Lynn. According to what I heard, Amelie was supposed to go to some sort of lesson tonight.
Those horrible kidnappers. They were lying in wait for her.
But Amelie didn't go out after all. She couldn't. She had a fever.
Huh. And so the kidnappers grabbed Camilla by mistake instead?
Apparently, Amelie and Camilla are about the same age. Kidnappers must have gotten the two of them mixed up.
It's my fault. If I hadn't asked Camilla to do that errand for me, this never would have happened.
Oh, right. You asked her to bring the music box.
Camilla.
Alright, now we can talk about the horrible murder 5 years ago.
Hooray!
to be honest, I still don't understand what happened that day. It was my wife's, Alma's, birthday. I came home from work and she went in first.
That reminds me. The cake box that was in the room when we were there earlier. You think the cake's still in it?
What was that noise?
Not anymore.
That's gotta be goo at this point.
Exactly.
I looked for the shooter, but there was nobody to be found. There was nobody there besides Alma and Camilla. Just the two of them.
So the little lady's mother died right in front of her.
Oh my. So horrible.
Camilla told me about it. She was crying. She said the contraption she made did something it wasn't supposed to do. Made an impossible move.
An impossible move? Let's talk about the powers of the dead a little bit before we talk about an impossible move.
It's been 5 years since then. I stopped thinking about it. I shot Alma. There's no other explanation. That's what I'd convinced everyone of. Even me. But tonight, you showed up, and gave me an explanation I never would have thought of before.
The powers of the dead, right?
That day, in that room, powers that I didn't understand were at work. And if that's the case, it clears up all the mysteries.
Maybe not all. There are a couple of other people who know about those powers.
Somebody there? You hear me? I can sense your presence, you know.
The kidnappers who abducted Camilla knew about those powers.
This is no ordinary kidnapping. It looks like my wife's case isn't coming to an end after all. I'm the only one who thought it was.
Detective Jowd.
There's still time before our dawn. A little, anyway. How about you see this case through to the end before you die?
Camilla was a quiet little girl, but she was good with her hands. She was a little genius at making elaborate toys and contraptions. There were two very strange points about that contraption.
The first was, of course, the firing of that gun.
Right. That was an antique gun I had on display for years.
So it wasn't part of the little lady's original design.
Of course it wasn't! It was supposed to be a surprise for her mother's birthday!
And the other strange point was the movement of that Cupid.
Voice acting is hard. The moment you start speaking a lot more than you think you're supposed to be, you're suddenly like, oh man, breathing.
Yeah.
And then yawning happens.
Yup.
It's weird like that.
Cupid?
It was supposed to shoot its arrow without turning around. Somebody may have changed the contraption's design, then manipulated it.
I don't know what to say.
I didn't have time to think things through then. All I knew was I had to protect Camilla. I made a small adjustment to the scene and turned myself in.
Well, what did you make?
What kind of adjustment?
The gun, of course.
The gun, huh? Come to think of it. There was no gun there. Just a picture hanging on the wall.
Of course not. Because I secretly switched the gun out of the frame with the picture. I didn't believe what she told me about her contraption. But one thing was for certain. That gun was still smoking.
So, the gun really did shoot Alma.
I hid the gun before I went to the police.
You hid it?
I put it in a wooden box and gave it to a certain detective.
What? You mean?
And that detective still thinks it's a music box.
So, that's what was in the box, huh?
I got a different murder weapon ready to give to the police. My own pistol. I did a few other things to make it look good. I won't go into the details.
This always stuck out to me because it implies that he shot his wife's corpse with his own gun.
And that seems likely.
Because there's no way that they would have been fooled by the ballistics being different. So he would have had to shoot her enough times that one bullet being inconsistent was not going to be. God. Oh my God. There's this one line and this expression just. Oh, Christ. Shu Takumi games like this and Ace Attorney are really good about saying one small thing, and the moment you think more about it, the more like it's horrible.
The worse it gets.
Yeah, no, because like there's still like horrible crimes being committed, and at the end of the day, the fact that you can look at these series at a glance and see that it and make it seem like it's relatively lighthearted, but you know, there's man,
It's masterful.
very
When
intense.
when I was all done, I turned myself in.
Wow. Are you done staring at each other? You got something to say?
Detective Jowd, is what you told us just now true?
Is what? What are you talking about?
Yes, of course.
In that case, there's still time.
Still time?
Time to solve the case that started 5 years ago. You didn't do it, Detective Jowd. And of course, little Camilla didn't do it either. So the true perpetrator is still out there, and I'm going to prove it. For Camilla's sake!
Hmm. That sounds wonderful.
Thank you, Detective Jowd.
Lynn, where is that music box now?
In Temsic Park, Camilla left it there.
That gun is important evidence. You better go pick it up.
Yes, sir. I'll go right now. Sissel, take care of Detective Jowd.
Why are you looking at me with those big old eyes?
And do something about the kidnapping so we can get the minister on our side.
And yet again, I say, easy enough for you to say. Oh, just resolve a kidnapping, Sissel. Save me from this giant chicken, Sissel. Who ever thinks about what I want? What's going on? Deal me the deal, Mr. Death Row inmate.
Little change of plan.
The little shrug.
I have no idea. She's crazy.
Yeah. You thought we were having a psychic conversation a minute ago? What? You must be out of your mind.
She was just staring at me, making all sorts of weird faces. I think she's finally snapped, Cavanella.
Oh, man.
Yeah. My daughter's been kidnapped. I can't just go off to die without doing something.
But you're in our custody, don't forget. Back at the prison, everybody's waiting for you with a special seat just for you, baby.
Then I guess we better prove my innocence on the double.
On the double, is it? You sound so determined, my old friend.
I want to save Camilla in more ways than one. And that's all there is to it.
I see, my old friend. In more ways than one. What say you, Mr. Minister? May we have your decision?
Me? What?
Should the execution be carried out tonight as planned? Or should we hold off and wait for this important evidence to come in?
The order still stands! Bring the prisoner back immediately and resume its enforcement.
As you wish, Your Excellency.
Oh, please don't bow down to me, and especially not that low!
In that case, can I have one of your boys arrange a prison van to pick him up? Oh, there he is. Would you be so kind?
Yes, sir.
Dudley got a line!
Yay!
That's more lines than Sausage Head had successfully read.
Just keep that in your coat pocket.
The van should take about 10 minutes, I'm guessing. Your escape tonight was brilliant. Would you show me another miracle in these last few minutes of yours, Mr. Death Row inmate? I'm glad to see Detective Jowd all fired up now, but I feel like I'm under the gun here. Even if Lynn does
Or the
come
music
through with...
box, as the case may be.
Even if Lynn does come through with the proof of Jowd's innocence, it will be meaningless if Jowd or Camilla dies. Gotta do something about that kidnapping. Somehow. Maybe I should ask for some advice from the capable detective here. You got any ideas, sir?
Nope. Fuck! Most likely the minister won't stop the execution. Not as long as there's any small chance his daughter is the one who was kidnapped.
But she isn't the one, I'm sure of it.
Well, it would be great if we could prove that to the minister.
Prove it? How? I doubt his wife is ever gonna answer that phone if we called from here.
If we call from here, right? But a telephone works in both directions.
What are you saying?
What I'm saying is, only family members can solve a family problem. Hey, Mr. Ghost?
Yes?
I have to admit, I don't like depending on others. You're the only one who can change the situation.
Gee, detective.
These past 5 years, Camilla is the only thing that kept me going. I can't go meekly to the chair now. I hate to ask this, but would you mind saving me?
I'll try. Key to getting the Justice Minister to stop the execution is his wife and daughter. But is there a way? Well, let's go find out. Excuse me, Mr. Minister?
I can't hear you.
I'm sure you heard everything we've been saying. Are you telling me you don't believe any of it?
Let me speak plainly. I don't trust you. But there's somebody else whom I trust even less.
Oh yeah? Who's that?
Me! I can't explain your existence. It's not normal. But I'm pretty abnormal myself. So maybe you're a figment of my imagination. A delusion. Would you listen to a delusion?
To be honest, I have no idea what you're talking about. I got the bit about you not trusting me, though.
Good.
I've not seen that dialogue before.
Of my head.
Fine. Jesus. Well, hanging around here won't change anything. I've got 10 minutes before the prison van shows up. If I could just do something about the kidnapping in those 10 minutes, I guess the telephone lines are my only hope. Well, let's go right there. Camilla's old house? No, wrong way. Normally, I'm a proponent for fucking around and finding out, but we got 10 minutes.
As if that matters in the world of the dead.
Oh yeah, I can just pause for a second and think. Just as I thought.
A mana potion.
This little girl is safe in her bed. No, it's clearly a slime. From Dragon Quest. How do I remember what Dragon Quest is, but not what an execution is? Murder, execution, jailbreak, betrayal, and now kidnapping. This last link in the long chain of a sad fate lit a fire in Jowd's heart. And the chance to turn it all around is right here in this room. I'm getting a strange premonition, a deadly premonition, if you will. Everything that happened so far tonight has related back to me in some way. And I bet this mistaken-ridden abduction does too. That reminds me, I can't tell if I really want to stream Deadly Premonition or if I really want to make Dragoni stream Deadly Premonition.
Oh?
Because that game is silly as fuck, but I also want to play it.
I don't know much about that game.
Oh, well, I think you just made the decision for me then. Cabanella, tall and lovely. Well, then I guess that means I'll play it off stream and then just make Saps Cat emoji at you the entire stream. I visited the novelist's apartment again. I think calling her a novelist is a bit of a stretch. I'm hoping to be able to do something about this mistaken identity kidnapping.
I mean, she's writing a novel.
Amateur novelist, then. Fine. As long as there's any possibility that it could be his own daughter who was kidnapped, I doubt the Justice Minister will call off the execution tonight. That wasn't me reclaiming Amelie as my character. That was me mimicking her voice. The key to dispelling the minister's doubts is now in bed, coughing. And I need to use this key before that prison van
Try
arrives.
it again.
The key
Coffin.
to coughing. I said coffin. I said coffin with like apostrophe at the end, but not in bed coffin. But not in a coffin. She's not dead. Even if she was, you get it. Key to dispelling the minister's doubts is now in bed coughing. And I need to use this key before that prison van arrives to pick up our death row inmate. Now in bed, wheezing. I keep forgetting that this game is set around Christmas time.
Merry Christmas.
Almost Christmas means it wasn't Christmas. Wait, no, it's past midnight. That means it was Christmas.
Yes!
My darling angel. Oh, just listen to that cough. You naughty thing. Did you leave your nice warm bed to go out into the night to play? A daughter after my own heart. But I must confess I didn't even notice you were gone.
She could have been kidnapped. There is a real danger of that right now, lady.
I didn't go out to play. I went out to buy Papa a birthday present.
It consistently just blows my mind that in Japan it's normal for children to just leave the house on their own and buy things.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He said he wanted a new lighter.
But that's no reason to go out this late at night.
How is there a store open that would sell like an antique looking lighter, but not one that sold bread and milk?
Amelie knows what the black market is in this town. Candy does not.
This is why they send their children out early.
Yeah.
But my fever finally went down. Barely moved before that.
Fat lot of good that did you, though.
Look what it brought you. Your fever is worse now than ever.
I take it back. Good work. I'm not on this lady's side.
Here is to the feverish passion of my darling angel.
Clink.
Mama,
Yes, darling.
let's call Papa and wish him a happy birthday. Even though it's already past midnight.
Not tonight, Amelie.
I hate you!
It looks like this little girl was safe all along. I already knew that, but I'm still relieved all the same. There's another lucky development, too. Amelie wants to call her father. Now, if I can just make use of that feeling somehow, that would surely bring the Justice Minister around. Trick time. Alright. There are a lot of excellent puzzles in this game, but I think this is one of my favorites.
It's a good puzzle.
Whoosh! Oh, it's a flamethrower lighter. This is your conscience speaking.
The phone!
Call your papa. It also just occurred to me, this is a fucking massive wine glass. That's like a pitcher.
Amelie,
know what
I
this is
told
for
you you
one
couldn't
month.
call him tonight.
Why not?
Listen to me, Amelie. Your father is about to make a big mistake. I want him to reconsider.
What do you know about it, Mama? He's the one who's a justice minister, you know. All you do is write weird novels.
Ah!
You mean weird? How dare you disparage my romantic expressions? Now you really made me angry, you really have. How do you expect me to forgive such an insult?
She just holster that on like a, on her. I'm assuming she just has like a leg, one of those like really stealthy things like on her leg,
Yeah, like
like Adol Wong, but an
thigh
alcoholic.
holster. That's the word.
Yes.
There. I'll be keeping my eye on you now, so you won't do anything else mischievous. Like calling your father.
I hate you.
I can hear you, you know.
I think that's the point. Whew, what a pair. I don't know what this family's issues are, but I do know I have to do something about this lady so Amelie can call. Whoosh.
Mama, what is Papa about to do?
Never mind. Nothing you need to know right now, Amelie.
Why is everything such a big secret? I'm part of this family too, you know.
It's not something for children's ears. You'll understand someday.
I don't want to know someday. I want to know now. It's not fair. You just don't want to tell me. I just want to wish Papa a happy birthday.
Not tonight.
If it was up to me, I'd let her call it. Maybe if I burn the other rope, then it'll fall, and then she won't have any place to put it, and so she'll have to concede. I better not put out the lamp right now. It'll only pour oil on the flames of anger in this lady's heart. If I want to give Amelie a chance to use the telephone, I have to think of a way to keep her mother out of the way. Radicus! Ooh. The lady's dictionary. Wasn't this on her desk before? Poor thing, destined to never be returned to the bookshelves. There's plenty of room. Why are you stacking books on top?
You don't get like organize them. It's a real pain.
Look at him go.
We. Faster, faster.
Make chime. I didn't
Ding.
even know I was doing that.
Huh.
Jumping
Song.
poltergeist.
Well, well. Having a good time, are we, little rodent? Sweet dreams.
Oh my god!
Oh, Jesus.
Bank shot.
Did you fancy the vintage, my whiskered friend?
Clink. She's more powerful than I thought. Looks like she tipped the wall candelabra to one side, too. The angle of those candles. I get the feeling I've seen something very similar to that quite recently. Thinking emoji, but Sissel. Zap!
Ouchie.
Poor rat.
This rat was powerful enough to take out the entire power grid.
Oh heavens! A blackout at a critical time like this? Of course, dim lights suit my story of love very well, but I myself am not very fond of the dark. Chandelier just narrowly missed the back of my head. I love the thrill of romance, but I don't need these kinds of thrills, thank you.
Ma'am, alright. That is... Come to think of it, I don't think I've seen her drink out of that all night, actually.
It's ornamental.
I love that animation.
It's just to suit the mood. Thank you, garage door opener. Very cool.
Ah, what a wonderful atmosphere. Perfect for a clandestine meeting in the dusky twilight.
The worst part about the garage door opener is that if it goes off while I'm not saying anything, the noise gate on, No, wait! I missed that!
You fool!
I'll wait until it shows up again. It better show up again.
Does it? I think you just are a dingus.
It's fine.
You've dingus Stella once again.
I've dinged all over this guess. Whoosh! Can't get back over there.
What a naughty chandelier.
She's putting her whole back into that, isn't she?
She's never not putting her back into it. Whoosh! Woo!
Such insolence.
This lady is surprisingly quick. She dodged that thing like a pro. I guess I'd better get serious here. What? No, wait, fuck. I pushed the X button because I was still hovering over it from when I pushed it to activate the dialogue, and missed the perfect timing. It's twice she managed to dodge like that. Who knew she was a dodging champion? I'm starting to get annoyed. Let me try that again. I'll get her this time. Hi-ya! There was too much delay after the text box showed up. Ma'am, I think you need to get your chandelier fixed. Wah!
Amelie, help me.
Mama!
Oh my god.
I'm sorry, Mama. I'm too dizzy. I can't get up. I'm hurt. I can't help you right now.
She used up all her energy
Amelie is
going to
the
the
one in
store.
power.
Here is to the weakness of my darling angel.
I'm in charge of the house now.
That chandelier is on there tighter than her wedding band, which isn't really saying much now that I'm saying that out loud. She won't be able to escape on her own. Which means it's the perfect time for shenanigans.
What? On here. Amelie, look. You see this? Help me, please.
Sorry. I'm too sick. I can't get out of bed. My head is spinning. So I guess we'll have to stay up there spinning too.
Looks like this lady won't be going anywhere for a while. Now that the little girl can call her father. Now, how do I do that? The only trouble is she can't reach it. Guess I'll have to deliver it to her. Oh, that's right. The angle of those candles. I saw something very similar just recently, didn't I?
The angle of that dangle.
And the bitch. I think about that line constantly.
That was a fun one.
Whoosh!
We are just causing all sorts of trouble in this apartment tonight.
God, that poor rat!
Now I really owe that poor rat an apology. But this might be a really good chance for me too. I have to get that phone to Amelie. All right, little ratty boy, hang in there. Whoosh! There are two distinct individuals who are both on fire and swinging while holding on for dear life.
What in the world is going on here?
Oh, the rat's tail got put out. He's still hanging on though. Having a good time.
Oh, goody. Excuse me a minute while I call Papa, okay, Mama? I'll only be a minute.
Don't you dare, Emily. I won't have it. Get me down.
No. I'm trying to burn brighter. It won't let me burn brighter. Damn it.
He's resisting your tricks.
I can't move the chandelier right now with her thrashing around like that. I hear ominous creaking coming from the ceiling too. This is a dangerous situation. Oh boy. Oh, I love it when I can just zip across the room like that. It's so good.
Boom.
Hello, Papa?
Emily! Is that you?
Of course it is, silly. What do you think?
But I think they sent you. Oh. No, never mind. It's nothing.
Silly old Papa. Happy birthday, Papa.
Birthday? All right. It was my birthday today, wasn't it?
I'm sorry we couldn't celebrate tonight. Thanks to mean old Mama.
Oh, your mean old mama. I mean your mother. What is she up to right now?
Oh, she's certainly up all right.
She's just hanging around.
My stubborn mother is kind of tied up at the moment.
Got her.
Get me down.
This got a lesson for causing us so much trouble.
No, Homily. I'm the one who was wrong.
Huh?
Could you tell your mother I'm sorry?
What do you have to be sorry about?
Thanks, garage door opener. Very cool. Also, I lied. Apparently, the noise gate doesn't help.
Oh no. I was just about to make a terrible mistake. But it's all right now.
Suddenly, he is de-aged by a factor of like 30.
Oh, okay.
You're still young. There's a lot I can't tell you right now. The job of Justice Minister is very complicated, you see.
Okay.
But just remember, you're always the most important thing to your mother and me. Did you do something naughty to your mother? If you did, I want you to apologize.
I don't think I did anything.
I always love this line because it is 100% accurate. She didn't really do anything, but she also has no idea of what happened, which I don't know. It's very fun.
Okay, I'll apologize.
That's a good girl.
Okay, Papa. Have a good night. I love you.
I love you too, Amelie. Good night, sweetheart.
For as intensely funny as his face suddenly de-aging is, it's also very sweet.
Uh-huh. Who else jumped the first time you saw that?
Oh, that's great.
Mama? I'm sorry.
My goodness, why the sudden change?
I guess I was wrong about you. I didn't understand.
Oh, Amelie.
I thought all you ever did was write these weird novels.
I mean, you're right. They are weird.
That makes me a little sad.
I'm a little sad.
Papa said the job of Justice Minister is complicated.
Yes, your father's job is very, very complicated and difficult. That's why I couldn't talk to you about most of it. But you're right. I shouldn't treat you like such a little girl anymore. You're growing up after all.
And causing problems
And
on
I-
purpose.
And I promise to stop calling your novels weird and try actually reading them.
What? Oh, maybe you'd better wait until you're a little older for that.
I still don't think it would be any less weird finding out that your mom wrote smut. You know?
Okay.
So, Amelie, if you're feeling a little more charitable towards your old mama, think you could let me down now?
Oh, mama.
You know, I would love to do that. But I'm just feeling too dizzy and sick right now.
Oof.
Tonight, on this holiest of nights, my deadline. Looks like the only thing pressing on me will be this chandelier. Here is to Papa and Mama's darling angel.
Clink. Help! All of a sudden, everybody's getting along again. Such an abrupt change, I can't understand it. Is this what family is all about? In any case, the situation has changed dramatically now. I just hope the mysteries of me can be cleared up as quickly as the furrows on the minister's brow. Like, shit, seriously, it looked like they took a fucking iron to his face. I don't know where Camilla is, but at least now the Justice Minister's doubts are dispelled. I think I'll go back to his office where everybody is waiting for the prison van. I don't think that took 10 minutes.
We get back to the prison vans crash through the front window, killing everybody again.
No! Take 3. The minister's family now has their smiles and harmony back. But Camilla is still in the hands of the kidnappers. I decided to go back to the Justice Minister's office. Surprisingly, the minister's brow is still just as furrowed as ever. Quite unlike a father who has just learned his daughter is safe. He seems to still be in the depths of despair. The atmosphere in this room is very different now. Seems to have an air of unfocused anxiety. I get the feeling something big is going to happen.
I just found out that my daughter is safe. I'd like to express my gratitude. Thank you. Thank you for my daughter's sake and for mine.
Oh! No need to thank us, Mr. Minister. It was nothing.
Seriously, I didn't do anything at all.
What did he do? My work here is done.
But you didn't do anything.
Michael Jackson spins out the door. But one question. I can't help but notice. Your daughter is safe. And yet, you still look unhappy. How about a little smile for us?
You look so much pretty if you smiled.
Seriously. Of course, there is still the matter of the other kidnapping victim. But is that really the only thing that troubles you, Mr. Minister?
Please, let me think in peace until the prison van arrives.
Trick time. I wonder if Lynn is at the park yet. Till we get her report, I guess I'll just have to wait here. This continued distress of the ministers. Is there really something more to it, like the inspector in white said? Actually, you know what? I can check on the park myself. Let's do that.
Whee!
Wonder what Detective Ringe is up to. Nothing important, apparently.
Nope.
Still looking. Looking real close.
Well, let's go back to the minister's office. I don't think there's any use in poking around like that. Sorry about that, sir. Had to check on something. You know how it is, ghost affairs. Hello, Justice Minister. How about you finally admit I do exist?
Nope. Not doing it. That thank you I expressed. That was meant for you. You're a ghost, aren't you? And you have the power to control and manipulate people, don't you?
No, I don't have that kind of power. I can't control you.
We've actually known, you know, quite a while now. But I had no idea they were the powers of the dead, of ghosts.
Known? Known about what?
We knew about the existence of somebody who could control others, a manipulator.
What's this?
That is why your execution order caused me so much anguish, Detective Jowd.
Mr. Minister, why don't you just tell us everything you know?
Yes, I suppose I should. You need to hear it all. All about the huge mistake this foolish man made.
This is the plot. This is the point of no return. This is where it gets real good. Ooh.
There are some cases in this country right now that are under a top secret investigation. Of course, you wouldn't have known about them, Detective Jowd.
Right. They don't share too much top secret information with the inmates in prison.
There are 3 prisoners, including you, in the special prison you just escaped from. All 3 cases have certain points in common.
They do they? Tell us more.
Yeah! Woo!
The rock singer who leaked national secrets in his lyrics during a TV broadcast.
This guy.
The curry-loving fellow who took the chief commissioner hostage at the Metro Police Department. Neither of these men had a motive for their crime, and both of their crimes were impossible.
Impossible?
The curry lover had no way of knowing how to infiltrate the commissioner's office. And the rock singer had no way of knowing the national secrets he leaked. The Special Investigation Unit submitted an investigative report to me on them. They concluded that these men's criminal acts were not of their own volition.
How could that be?
The theory the unit came up with was the existence of a manipulator.
A manipulator, huh?
That's when the special prison was established as a facility to research that theory. Some unknown power has been at work. These past several years, Inspector Cabanella has been studying these cases.
He has he?
Manipulating somebody into committing a criminal act, according to the inspector. The first case of its kind was a locked room murder involving our nation's best detective.
Are you trying to say I was manipulated somehow into shooting Alma? I appreciate the theory, but unfortunately, I don't recall being controlled by anybody. It's just not possible to manipulate his behavior like that.
My powers certainly don't work on living creatures.
That's what I thought when I first heard the theory too. However, I was seriously mistaken, and it proved to be a big mistake.
What?
Truly, it was a huge mistake to be so mistaken.
You mentioned a mistake. Could you tell us about it?
I suppose everybody here has the right to know. All right, fine. I'll speak out loud so that Inspector Cabanella can hear this too. There's something I'd like the two of you to hear. It's about a mistake I made. Inspector Cabanella, when you first made that report about a manipulator, I'm afraid I didn't believe it at all. Impossible, I thought.
Perfectly understandable, Mr. Minister.
But I was wrong. That kind of power does exist. And I learned the truth of that firsthand.
What's this?
A month ago, I signed the order to carry out Detective Jowd's execution. However, that act wasn't of my own volition. I was being controlled.
What? What? You never told me about this, Mr. Minister.
What's going on? This document, what am I doing? No, I mustn't sign it. Wait, don't deliver that document! That's when it started. That's when all of my fear, despair, and suffering began.
Fear, despair, and suffering.
At the time, it didn't even cross my mind that I had been manipulated. And my memory of the event was only hazy at best.
So the memory of being manipulated doesn't clearly remain, huh?
Signing execution orders is part of a Justice Minister's job. At the time, I just thought my psyche was rebelling against the task. But the next day, it dawned on me. I remembered Inspector Cabanella's report on the existence of a manipulator. As a Minister of Justice, I couldn't admit what had happened to me. I only signed the execution order because I was being controlled. If something like that got out, this nation's judicial system would crumble.
Even if it's not referring to literally, like, being controlled physically, the fact that if he was being persuaded, that would still be a really big issue. So, you know, I don't really blame him for being stressed out about this.
Besides, I had no evidence to present that I had actually been controlled. So in the end, I couldn't admit to anybody what had happened.
You representing your Justice Minister badge?
I suppose. But it sounds like a bit of an excuse. You should have at least told us, Mr. Minister.
Yes! Yes, I know, I should have. I was running away from the problem. And then my wife found out I was worried about something.
Well, if you go around with an expression like that, I guess it's bound to happen.
I explained it to her, and she was dead set against the way I was handling it.
If you don't withdraw that order and tell everyone the truth immediately, I'm moving out.
And then, with the kidnapping tonight, the thrust under my nose like that, I could no longer deny my mistake. This manipulator comes upon us from somewhere unseen. That's why I've been keeping my distance.
Oh God!
from everybody.
I know the identity of the manipulator! It's... Man! How's it going, man?
God, this whole time!
So that's why you've been telling people to stay back. So there's somebody else besides me with the powers of the dead. I'm fine with that. After all, I already knew about a certain desk plan. What I'm not fine with is the fact that person can control and manipulate living creatures. That's certainly not something I can do. Apparently, different ghosts get different ghost tricks. And we already know that Ray says that we can't manipulate living creatures because, he said that and he seemed to believe that that would be his thing. So either he's lying or there's another ghost.
Every copy of Ghost Tricks is personalized.
But I never imagined that tonight I would find out where this kind of power comes from.
Where it comes from? Where it goes?
Inspector Cabanella. This manipulator is a ghost, a departed spirit.
A spirit?
As a matter of fact, there's a ghost talking to us right now.
What? What did you say? Jow, don't tell me you can hear this ghost too.
I said the only person who can't hear him is you. These two guards don't count.
But they don't matter.
Spirit? Ghosts? Gods in heaven. Excuse me, Mr. Minister, I suddenly have some urgent business to attend to. I recommend you think long and hard before making your final decision, sir.
Hot steps out of the room.
He's going to freak out in the other room.
This is Lynn. I'm at the park.
We've been waiting to hear from you. Have you found the evidence?
Well, the situation here it's kind of difficult to explain. Sissel, if you're there, come to the park immediately.
Looks like your help is needed, Sissel.
Yeah, I guess so, huh? Trick time, holy crap. Jowd, what's going on? I never saw that coming. The minister was being controlled, huh?
I'm truly sorry, Detective Jowd. I have no excuse to offer you.
Maybe it was all for the best.
What do you mean?
If you had never been manipulated, no one would believe the power existed. After all, you're a realist, right? It just goes to show you never know when even the worst things can turn out good.
Detective Jowd, I don't know what to say.
All right, Sissel. You'd better go help Lynn. She's a good kid, but she's got a habit of taking on other people's problems.
Yeah, I know. Let's see. She's in Temsic Park, eh? Alright.
Len?
I knew, actually. Right from the beginning.
You what?
That you saved my life the first time we met tonight.
Oh, that. I kind of figured.
When I talked about that miserable, pathetic, short-sighted, disgraceful man, I knew I was talking about me. I hated who I'd become. But you helped me appreciate the truth. Now I truly understand the wonderful support I've been getting from so many, including that of my loving family.
I'm glad to hear that.
I'm starting to realize what a lucky man I am. That's all thanks to you.
Oh.
Yeah. Alright. Time to phone a friend. I wonder why the inspector in white went running out like that. But I'm more concerned about Lynn. She looked really upset. Better go see her fast. Alright. Yeah, it's just the park.
That's sort of the chicken kitchen.
Alright.
Yay!
The super's office.
Yeah. How much hair product do you think Sizzle has to use for his hair?
Yes.
I don't know. I think
He's
it
a
just.
ghost.
I think it just comes naturally like that. Lynn
He
calls
just
and
has a
I
banana
oblige.
hidden underneath there.
I take off toward Temsic Park, a place where clearly something big is taking place. A manipulator, a person whose very existence sheds new light on everything. Detective Jowd's crime, the execution orders, even my own death. Could it be? Could Lynn have been manipulated into shooting me? Change a new song to nothingness. Save. But not continue playing because I need to check something in the extras menu because I'm curious.
All right.
Oh,
Extras menu.
yay.
To nothingness. Wait a minute.
Hmm?
I see.
Ow.
Jumping Poltergeist, 444 tricks. That was what unlocked us Ray's theme, but it was still listed under Jumping Poltergeist. Too much medicine.
I get it. Because the
Yeah.
Japanese word for four sounds like the Japanese word for death.
Yeah.
Oh,
Whoa. Well, we'll take a look at these later. Anyway, continue.
Nintendo.
Continue.
Continue.
real quick.
You're gonna need it.
Hmm.
Dempsick Park, the site of the little lady Camilla's abduction tonight, and the place where an important piece of evidence, the music box, was hidden. I wonder why our lady detective is looking so dejected. At least she isn't dead, but what did she find? Trick time. Huh? What's he doing here? La la la, let me spend a moment's time with you, chicken. The world will not end if the food delivery is a little late. La la la. A little late? It's already ice cold. Swing harder. Me. La la la. Basketball trick. Damn it. Boot! Boot trick!
Love letter.
I don't love that letter.
Oh
Whoosh.
no.
Yeah, Tammy's probably a little busy with Deltarune. Aha! Move. Chunk.
Yay.
This is a shit park.
Man, two
Most
seasons
parks
in
are,
one
they
string.
haven't been
How is she
maintained.
spinning that on her? Okay. Never
She's
mind.
talented.
I was gonna say she might be doing something like where she's like spinning the stem with her thumb, and so it just looks like she's spinning, balancing it on her on her finger. Leaf. Hey, Lynn.
Oh, there you are, Sissel.
From your dejected expression, I gather you didn't find what you were looking for.
Right. I can't find the music box anywhere. But I found something else instead. Something horrible.
Horrible. What is it?
Mm,
Yeesh.
there, in the grass. You'd better see for yourself.
Oh, it looks like a dead body.
I nearly died when I saw it.
Again.
And I suppose now that we found it, we can't just leave it there, can we?
Nope, I suppose not.
I think you have control again.
I do. Lunar's playing Splatoon.
Ooh.
It's so like you to come looking for a music box and find a dead body instead.
What can I say? I'm a detective.
Meaning?
Well, a detective goes over everything with a fine-tooth comb, right? So there you go.
Fine-tooth comb or none, you were bound to run across it. I mean, it is pretty obvious.
Anyway, go on, Sissel. Get to it. Chop chop, hurry up.
What am I, your bloodhound? Your karma is showing and it's bad.
3 or 4 times already in the last few hours. She gets to.
I had to check the casting chart for a minute to remember whom's to the fuck I made this man. So this is
I still can't remember what voice I gave him.
this is just a mush night, I'm realizing.
Stop the park from being turned into a housing site! Protect the park! The Rock of the Gods! You there!
You're talking to me, aren't you?
I have some leaflets for you. Leaflets I know you'll be very interested in.
I literally cannot
urge
read.
you to peruse it thoroughly, examine it in detail.
Never mind that right now. Do you remember your name?
My name. My name. What does my name matter when there are more important things to worry about?
Okay.
Come now and study these tracks with me, my brother. Come and learn about the Rock of the Gods with me. The night is no longer young. As a matter of fact, daybreak is approaching, but we are young.
Look, I don't have time to get involved in your way of life, but I am interested in your way of death. So let's go back to 4 minutes before your death. That line is so good. Look, I don't know what the fuck you're on about. How'd you die? Oh God, 8 hours.
And so I made up my mind. I resolved to live here in this park and defend it.
Okay, and what does that have to do with this Rock of the Gods you mentioned?
You still don't appear to understand.
He's barefoot, I just noticed. I shouldn't be surprised, but I just noticed that.
It's written quite clearly in the 4th leaflet in great detail.
Excuse me, but I have to use the restroom.
Rock of the Gods!
Oh my God.
I'm coming! Just hold on! I'll be right there!
I've located the target, Beauty. A girl of the right age, coming out of the right apartment building at the right time.
What?
Conveniently, music box shaped passage.
Yes, my dear. I'll ever so gently nap her and come right back to your side. Da-da-da-da. Good evening, young lady. Won't you come with me?
Oh my goodness, oh gods, what do I do? What should I do? I have to do something!
How do you do that? How do you do that?
Oh!
What in the world? What just happened?
Oh, that's Mino.
Mino?
Mino the mascot, the symbol of Temsic Park.
Mino likey.
I feel like that's a joke Jay might have made at some point.
It was Wander.
Oh,
Wander made it, and then Jay and Saps couldn't stop laughing. It was just Wander very quietly, just like Mino likey, and then Saps just fucking died. It was so good. Ah, Forget about the name of the big creepy lump of concrete. I'm talking about the way it changed direction. Did you see that?
Yes! Yes, I did! We witnessed it with our own eyes! The power of the Rock of the Gods!
More like me no understand what happened. Delightful. Also, how's it going, Magnolia? Good to see you.
That was the power of the gods! The power of the gods saved that little girl!
And then that same power very deliberately crushed you instead.
Yes! Yes, precisely! That is called the mischief of the gods!
Was it the mischief of the gods, or was it a ghost trick? Nah, it couldn't have been a ghost trick. No ghost trick could change the direction of something that heavy in midair. But wait a minute. What if there was somebody with much greater powers than me? No. Trick time. Look at that! There's another flame besides mine.
Ooh! So that is the flame of a god, is it? But hold on. Your spirit is a flame too, isn't it?
Yeah, so?
Pardon me, but, you're a god?
I sincerely doubt it. At the last minute, that big lump of concrete made a huge swing to one side. That was probably that flame's doing. Who could it be?
I definitely believe it's either a god or somebody god-related.
Maybe I better try talking to this person. I'm tired of this guy already.
What's there to be tired of? I'm just a good old guardian of the park.
What
A
the?
park guardian.
This person with much greater powers than me. It's you?
Hey. So,
Yeah!
Oh my! It's
Missa!
Doggy.
you look well for being dead.
Did you see? Did you see what I did? I did it! I tried really hard and I did it! I saved Miss Camilla!
I've zoomed to the wrong side of the screen, but it's Missile, guys. He's back. Best boy. He's back. Oh my God, he's
The goodest boy.
I do love how now that we know that he is a major character who has these incredible powers, he has still not once gotten a new portrait.
He doesn't
This-
need one.
This dog
This is the only
is no
the
thoughts,
only expression
head
this dog is
empty.
capable of making. One singular thought. Are you telling me I was done in by a puppy dog?
Missile, what's going on? How did you get the powers of the dead?
I'm glad you asked.
I don't know.
After Miss Camilla went out and you left,
Has been doing this for the past hour.
I worked like crazy to make my own path, and I did it!
Oh my God.
Yeah!
Good job, Missile.
And then I followed Miss Camilla out into the big wide world.
Oh my God, he's so good.
And then, here at this park, I found her at last. Yep, you guessed it. I barked. You bet I did. And I'm running after her too.
Out of the way.
No!
No!
Oh God, he looks so much more sad in this version.
Oh.
And then I guess I died. And then I was unconscious for a little while.
Oh God.
When I came to, it was all over. Poor Miss Camilla. Crushed under that big scary lump.
Oh, what have I done? Oh, I'm so sorry, little lady. Please forgive me.
Miss Camilla!
Oh, Poppy.
I had to rescue Miss Camilla. It was up to me. I cried out from the depths of my heart. And then... Can't tell you how surprised I was, but I bet you understand, right?
Better than probably anybody else could.
Remember what you did for me, how you saved me.
So, you went back, right? Back to 4 minutes before the little lady's death?
You bet I did.
Green! Oh my god, it's so good.
Yes, my dear. I will certainly nap her and come right back to your side.
Stranger danger!
Now's my chance, I thought. I saw the core.
I don't know, it looks pretty far.
I stretched out my paw towards the core. Oh, how I felt at that moment.
Oh wait, you know what I just realized? I forgot something.
That's very important.
Doggy doggy.
Dog.
Dogs.
Missile vision.
I'd love for you to be able to feel it too. Go ahead, Sissel. Go ahead and try it for yourself.
Wow!
Lord.
I can't believe it! How could you connect over such a great distance?
Well, they don't call me Missile for nothing.
The missile knows where it is. So then you
The missile doesn't
manipulated...
know shit.
The missile doesn't know where it is. So then you manipulated that Mino thing and threw it aside?
Right on top of my head.
Well, no, actually.
Huh?
I can't manipulate things like you can, Sissel.
You can't? Then how did you...
I didn't know what to do. I happened to see something out the corner of my eye. And it had a core too. Single leaf hanging from the tree. I tried reaching out to the leaf.
Wow! What in the world?
I can't manipulate things, but apparently I can swap them. As long as the two things have the same shape, that is.
Swap things with the same shape.
Go ahead and try it. Press swap.
Swap note. That's incredible! And so that's how you saved your mistress, is it?
And that's how I became caught up in this, is it?
I'm very sorry. My powers were too meager.
Meager?
Because you see, I saw one more. I happened to notice one more core. There was something with the exact same shape stuck in the branches of a tree.
Hey, you're right. If Mino could be swapped again with that...
Then disaster wouldn't have to rain down on my head.
If Missile was the main character, would it be called Ghost Swap instead? Ghost Swap would be a very different game. No, you know what Ghost Swap would be? Ghost Swap would be a game for the 3DS where you have to play with the camera to line up two silhouettes of two completely different objects so that you can then swap them and zip them across the room, and you solve puzzles like that. I love it when ghosts do tricks. Me too, Zikori. You are here for a good time. This is my favorite part of the game. It's so good. Oh, but what is that thing? It's too big to be a leaf.
Whatever it is, I'd much prefer it on my head than Mino.
Probably land nice and safely in that big yarn hair of yours. So why didn't you swap them, Missile?
I couldn't. I can stretch out my paw a little further than you can, Sissel.
I'd say it's a little bit more than a little bit.
This was just too far for me. I couldn't reach.
Nope.
Oof.
I love how in that in that original cutscene of of Mino moving, you can see the leaf
being swapped with it.
Yeah,
But because
it's-
Mino's so big, you don't notice.
Yeah,
until
you
you're
don't think
halfway
about it.
through.
Also, something I really love is how they introduce the element of Missile can go super far, but the very first problem that you have to overcome is the fact that he can't reach far enough. And so you have to do it's great.
I must admit, it's a fascinating spectacle of a death, if I do say so myself.
I kept trying over and over, seeing if there was anything I could do.
I bet there's something you can do now.
Huh?
If we work together, you and me.
How's it, Corey?
Sisu, you think so?
I don't plan on letting anybody die in front of me tonight. Do you think you could help me?
Of course.
Well, now it's zoomed in on the wrong side. Of course! Missile's so good.
Doggy! Naturally!
So, we're going to drop that Mino thing in a different spot. Excellent! Okay, let's try it. Let's go back again to 4 minutes before.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
This game has a stacked cast, and Missile is still
somehow
the best
still the best. And I know I've said this before, but Missile is genuinely, like, I find it very interesting when you are able to write characters that are not just a thing, but are also, like, very clearly written as that thing. Like, Ace Attorney...
Everything he does, he is an excitable little dog.
He is a dog. Like, he is a dog. Like, he's in this case, because we can read his mind because of ghost tricks and all that and the powers of the dead, we know what he's saying, but he is definitely still a dog. And Shu Takumi does a really good job of doing that, where he makes characters where you never forget who they are, and you never think about them as if they are just characters. Like, Pearl in Ace Attorney, you never forget that she is just 8 years old. Like, it's very good. It's something that's very difficult in the writing process, especially as you get later and later into the story, or if it's like a long form series, like a TV show. Sometimes you start to get moments where it's like, how the fuck did this kid figure this out? This kid's like 12. All right, let's get started. 4 minutes from now, you'll swap Mino with the leaf. And then you have to swap Mino with something else. Something with the same shape.
Oh, I believe that's a rugby ball.
Okay, rugby ball, huh? But with the rugby ball where it is now, Missile can't reach it. So that means I have to move it closer somehow. It looks like you and I will have to work together on that one, Missile.
Okay, I'm ready. Whenever you want to use my swap trick, just press ZR,
The Huawei button.
Zert. Zert.
the Yip button.
Oh, the yip button.
That way you'll be able to control me.
Hang on, wait, do I actually... Hang on, I gotta check something. I know I have all the Ghost Trick sound effects downloaded, but now that I think about it, do I have... I don't. What? Hang on, I gotta fix this.
You fool!
Where are you?
And then if you press ZR,
Oh, wait, hang on, I got it.
Oh.
No, back,
Come
this.
on.
If you press the...
Boop.
no, did it not go through because of noise suppression?
It did not go through.
Well, stream heard it, that's important.
I think it went through on stream though.
Control will come back to me.
okay, let's try it. Together we can stop Mino from hurting anybody.
Yeah!
Trick time.
First, though, we got. Oh,
All right, Missile. Your powers are the key this time.
Okay, I'm ready. I can swap anything that has the same shape. Just call me if you find anything you want to try.
Probably the best thing to do is just try a bunch of things and see how it goes. If I see something we can swap, I should press the button.
Okay, but first we gotta go talk to Missile. Very
Yeah,
important.
of course.
I'm sorry about all this trouble, Sissel. If only my paw could reach a little further.
foot.
Just swap that big lump one more time.
Swapped it with that rugby ball in the tree nearby.
That's all right. That's what we're going to do now, together.
I'm gonna give it my best.
First thing to do is to find a path to that rugby ball.
About that.
About that.
Huh? Coming back to talk to me again?
No,
I wish you would talk to me. We could discuss the gods.
Oh boy. I just came this way without giving it much thought. Now there's no core for me to give back.
You failed to follow the path of the gods.
Maybe I better start over.
I love that. It's just, you goofed it. Try again.
Uh-huh. I guess I better rewind the clock again and see if I can pick up any other clues.
Anyway, it amuses me that the guardian of the park clearly has no idea of sports, and like, why would a dog and a guy with amnesia be able to correct him anyway? That is obviously a football. Like, it's way too pointy and the wrong colors altogether.
Oh, that's not ZR, that's ZL. Me, the mystery. My name is Cecil. In order to stop Detective Joud's execution, I got the Justice Minister on our side, but now it seems Lynn needs my help. This is not about me. This is about everyone else. Oh, that's cute. It's still her sneezing in the rain. Phone book. Points, British. Doomed to dangle from the chandelier tonight. Hell yeah! Peace restored to her family, and after finally being able to call her father, she is now sleeping soundly. Maybe she's worn out by all the drama. Remind me after this to go check out the redhead lady's apartment. I'm very fascinated with what she's doing right now. Did she fall asleep in the chandelier? That'd be really funny. 1 month ago, he's physically manipulated into ordering the death row convict's execution. Not wanting to get out, he's since been in constant anguish.
Damn.
This guy's jaw is bigger. This guy's jaw is
I
more
think he has a
straight.
name.
More pointier.
Yeah. Odd blue doctor. After finding out what the manipulator really is, he rushed off somewhere. Oh, I know where he went. It took me a minute to realize what he was doing. Detective with the
I'd
cap.
still like to think he just ran out the door to the next room over and started screaming.
Yeah, honestly, probably. After hearing Lynn's story in the restaurant, he takes on the task of looking for the little lady. What was he? Oh, well, you know what? This all did happen before he was, before the, like, when he was looking for Camilla, he was looking out at Point X. Cecil's just own description of... Yep. Guardian of the park. Man who protects the park. He was bothering the detective with the cap, but then suddenly wound up dead in the tall grass of the park. Trying to save the little lady from being abducted, but ended up as somebody's collateral damage. Somebody. Pigeon Man. The murder machine in the building's basement is almost identical to the contraption that killed Joud's wife. It was the Pigeon Man all along. Jovial tenor. Love that name. He's busy singing in his rich tenor voice while swinging away on the park swing. I love that they went out of their way to add that detail. Typical cop. I don't even know if this is the one that was... There's so many of them, I can't tell them apart. Navy blue square. Yeah! Guard at a prison. He's no longer sitting at his desk working. In grave situations, he performs the panic dance, a dance that's been passed down in his family for generations.
He doesn't know what a football is, but he knows what a tenor is.
He didn't know what an execution was, but he knew what gallows were. A rock and roller who sang national secrets during a live nationwide broadcast, thought to have been manipulated into committing his crime. He's now being held in a top secret research facility. Curry-loving jailbird. This weirdo.
We don't have anything else to say about him.
Again,
Let's
the
just
fact
move on.
the fact that this guy has a portrait but never speaks is so bizarre. He claims to have stolen somebody else's life as well. Inspector Cabanellas hauled him into the minister's office after his escape from prison. Itchy Man! Chief of the police's special investigation unit. So this guy's not the commissioner, he's the chief. So this isn't the guy that was torched alive.
What?
I think he just torched the office, not the guy himself.
Okay,
Yeah.
he did also
Since
say
his mustache.
Yeah. So it could be the guy. Also, that was some loud ass thunder outside.
Oh dear.
Oh.
None of it came through, but I hope.
Well, yeah.
Fingers crossed for your power situation.
Her name is Memory. She planted a bug in the suspicious couple's chicken. She's a co-worker of the detective doing the stakeout from the park. Black-hearted blue man. One half of the couple that showed up to make a deal that could affect the future of the nation when he mistook Camilla for the Justice Minister's daughter and
Wait,
He
no. Read
He
that last
accidentally
line.
hit the little doggy with his motorcycle. Oh, I hate you. One half of the couple that showed up to make a deal that could affect the fastidious glass polisher. That's a word.
Yeah.
Imposed bartender at the restaurant Chicken Kitchen who continuously polishes glasses. It seems he doesn't notice anything besides the glass in his hand. Or does he?
Or does he?
He's the killer. Beloved mother. Oh. What's wrong with you? Why are you blue? Oh my god, Zacordi, you can't just ask someone why they're blue. Anyway. After that.
Chief of police and police commissioner are usually synonymous.
Okay. I was pretty sure. Like, Commissioner Gordon could also be called the chief of police.
It's usually in bigger cities they're called commissioners, and smaller departments they're called chiefs.
Whew. Here you
But they're the
come
one in
already.
charge.
I swore to myself not to repeat my mistakes.
Mistakes?
When somebody's in trouble, you should lend them a hand.
I'm sure there's a tragic backstory here, but I assure you we do not have time.
Otherwise, you'll definitely regret it. And now the recklessness of youth has taken over, giving me lightning fast speed.
I've been thinking. If we could stop this man from running, maybe he wouldn't get squished.
It won't be easy to stop me once the recklessness of youth has taken over.
Stop him, man. Well...
I can sense a traumatic backstory from you, but I do not care enough about you to pry.
I do not have time, sir.
I give no shits.
Here comes that man, fast enough to scare even a quick little dog like me.
Uh-oh, the rugby ball's still in the tree.
Ah! Behold! The recklessness of youth!
Yeah, it's that recklessness of yours that's causing us so much trouble.
No one can stop the recklessness of youth!
Well, if we can't stop it, then I guess we're gonna have to find a way to make it work for us.
But if he comes running too fast, we won't have time to get ready.
It looks like figuring out what to do with his recklessness is the key. Again, I do... That's not the right trigger button! I do know the solution to most of the... Right. I do know the solution to most of these puzzles pretty much offhand, just because of how much time I spent editing Ghost Trick. But I like seeing a lot of the dialogue, and also sometimes it takes me a minute to remember the exact course of events. Here, though, I remember it pretty clearly. Ah! Wow, I didn't see this coming.
Don't you know the first thing about the globe climber?
Huh?
Even little children treat it with the respect it deserves. They know that unless you spin it gently, there's no stopping it.
Yeah, it does look pretty dangerous.
It looks like I'm just destined to fly through the air like this for a while.
This might buy us some time.
Maybe he'll just keep spinning around like that for the whole 4 minutes.
I'm sorry, but I don't think I would stand for it that long.
But anyway, we at least stopped him from running for a while. Let's do what we can while we have this chance.
Oh, my poor stomach.
Alright, Russell. Whoosh! Also, it definitely, like, you can notice there's snow on the trees and stuff.
Yeah.
Whoosh!
Oh, that was so close. If it hit the ball, it could have knocked it down.
Is that all this umbrella could be used for? For knocking the rugby ball down?
Don't forget about my powers.
And don't forget about my recklessness of youth.
Whoosh! I need you guys to know that every time that I say or think about the onomatopoeia whoosh, all I can think of is, what's
Well,
their,
apparently
Well,
not.
well, clearly you can't, so.
no, what's her name? The one that did, back in 2016 or so, she did a run of Superman 64 at AGDQ, and the announcers
no
and the
idea.
commentary, Headstrong, that's her name. And the commentators were very good at mimicking the sounds that, like the iconic Bit Crush stock sound effects that they use in Superman 64. And a lot of the donors were just mimicking those sound effects too. And so there's a non-zero, like there were a lot of times in the speedrun where they got a donation. It's like, we have a $5 donation from the shadowy thug that you just punched that says "Gwah!" And then Headstrong would immediately punch the goon, and you'd go "Gwah!" And then everyone would laugh. And then other times where it's like, there's no time to waste, whoosh, and like verbally saying whoosh like that, and then the stock whoosh sound effect. It is one of my favorite AGDQ runs of all time. The couch is just delightful. All right, I wonder, Speen? No Speen. All right,
Yeah.
What? Yes, swap. Oh, nope. So I want to swap. I love it when people go "Wah!" and very good. Other thing it reminds me of is Journey, where you only have 2 actions: womb and whoosh.
Yes.
My dear friend, 800 bees. 8,000 bees.
8,000 bees.
It was 8,000 bees.
bees.
That's a significant number of bees to be forgetting.
Look, this funny flattened ball.
Points, British. Points, dog. Points, British dog. Doesn't know what ball is.
The same shape as that horrible Mino. It's too far to swap from here.
Even this ball is starting to look horrible to me.
I'm not a huge fan of it either. We have to find a way to get this ball closer to that Mino thing.
Knock it down from the tree, I say.
There must be something we can do. All right. Let's... No.
Nope.
I want to... So,
You want to wait.
yeah, I want to wait. Yes, because he... Oh, I did make him spin. I did make him spin again.
You just did unpause, you fool.
I thought it didn't have any effect. This is so fucked up, actually. Yeah, yeah. No, hang on, wait. Like I said, maybe we can just let him keep spinning for the whole 4 minutes. Alright. No, that's the wrong trigger button! How am I bad at
Luckily,
this
that
game?
should work, but time is deterministic in this game, not
Yeah,
flow
unfortunately.
linearly.
Whoosh!
All right, now what?
Wow, I so did not see that coming. I never thought the umbrella would catch the ball.
Did you see that? The tree branch. It shook a little.
I thought the game was about to force you to stop
Shooketh.
spinning him. Oh, I am shooketh.
I think I saw it shake too.
If it only shook a little more, it would knock that terrible rugby ball down from this terrible tree.
Maybe it just needs a little more weight.
Sure, we can do this. We just have to put our heads together.
Everything looks good so far. We just need one more step. All right. Nope, wrong button. No, wrong button.
Blue.
This is a catastrophe.
I'm very good at my job. Ha!
Yeah.
Football! There, we moved the ball. What do you think, Missile?
With the ball there, I think I can do it.
In just a few seconds, you'll swap Mino with the leaf. And then from there, you can swap Mino one more time. The final moment is near, Missile. Are you ready?
You bet.
Trick time! 3,
All right, Missile.
2.
Hurry up.
Wait, hang on.
Come on, missile.
Hurry. Hurry.
Get over the ball. Hurry! The ball.
I got it.
0.
Whoop.
Time. Okay. Watch me, Sissel. Here I go.
Finishing touches. You can do it, Missile. Swap Mino with that ball. Yeah!
Bonk.
Donk. Oh, he died anyway.
There. How was that?
Wait, fuck. I missed the perfect opportunity. I missed the perfect opportunity.
2.
Did it not play on... God damn it. Stream knows what I played.
Coconut bonk sound effect?
No.
Oh. Maybe mystery to the VOD then.
My head's been spared. Truly, that was a try worthy of the gods.
Stream wasn't paying attention? Okay, it was definitely...
That sounds really funny coming through the noise suppression. There we go.
Why did it take 3 tries for that anyway. And now Mino is right where he belongs.
In the trash.
In the trash.
We did it again, didn't we? Didn't we?
Fate averted.
Now nobody has to die.
With the help of Missile, no one will ever die again.
Damn good.
Attention! Except for one brave little somebody.
Huh?
I'm talking about you, Missile.
Oh, me? I guess you're right. I'm still dead, aren't I?
So now let's go back and save your life.
Wait a minute.
What is it?
Now that I think about it, I think I want to stay dead a little longer.
What?
When I was alive, I couldn't even help Miss Camilla when she was in trouble. I want to be able to protect Miss Camilla. And to do that, I need these powers I have now.
He's such a good boy! He's such a good boy! I see.
Perfectly understandable. Even I wish I had powers like that.
Hey, we just saved you. Don't wish your life away already.
Oh, of course. You're right.
Okay, Missile, have it your way. By the way, Mr. Reckless Youth.
Why do you get powers when you die and I just get bonked on the head?
By the way, Mr. Reckless Youth, there's a certain detective who needs that music box you found. When we get back to the present time, could you give it to her?
Certainly! You have my word.
Let's go back then, to the present.
Back to 4 minutes. Wait.
So if we did go back and save Missile, would that unsave Camilla?
That's a good question.
I think so?
so Camilla ended up in the hands of the kidnappers. We weren't able to change that part. Lynn listened to my story without saying anything. I'm sorry. Wish there was something else I could have done.
No, you did the best you could. I'm sure she's alright, after all.
After all, she has me.
Missile? Are you in there?
Miss Lynn, leave Miss Camilla to me. I know I don't look like much right now,
You literally aren't, but...
but I'm sure I can help her.
Missile.
Missile, no!
Miss Lynn!
No!
Goodbye, Missile.
No!
I'm going to leave it up to Missile.
Kind of looks like Missile's being left up to the wind.
Hmm? Oh! I have something to give you!
That's
Stop the park from being turned into a housing site! Protect the park! The Rock of the Gods!
Aren't you forgetting your promise?
Oh, pardon me.
I have something to give you. It's probably in the top 5 most concerning things to say when someone just stands up out of the grass and shovels towards you.
Mole Man, like, just erupts from the earth. I have something to give you! It's this gun! It literally is!
The bullet inside!
Takes it out, hands it to you.
But
There you
no
go.
one will ever die again!
My apologies. This is for you!
Oh,
I love it when you have two extreme voices and you have to take a minute to, like, recalibrate yourself. It's very funny. I've been thinking a lot about that recently because I've been trying to think about a fan cast for Persona 4, and
There's a lot of characters in that game.
I absolutely have to be Teddy. That's just the rule I've decided. Every, like, mascot-like character in the Persona games I've just adopted. I didn't even have that strong of an attachment to Morgana or Teddy until I played their games. I just thought it'd be very funny. But then I also realized, like, if I'm gonna make everyone play Persona 4, I'm gonna take the bullet and voice Yosuke as well. Because I'm not making anyone else speak his vile,
I kind of
vile
like
words.
Yosuke.
I do like Yosuke too, but you're too busy being Chie.
True, fair
Yeah,
enough.
the starting cast is Yukiko is Dubby, Chie is Mush, I'm Yosuke / Teddy, and then Dragoni is Kanji. And also Dojima, but that's getting further into the weeds. Anyway,
Yeah.
You kept the music box safe, didn't you?
that would
Thank
also
you.
include Aegis and Koromaru. Exactly. I'm sorry, you must be Yosuke. I will take the bullet for this one. Are there any mascot-like characters in Persona 1 and 2? I don't think there are. At least not as far.
Not
Persona 1 and 2 do
no.
not exist.
Persona, yeah, Atlas certainly wants you to think that. Also, Len, you will be a special guest specifically for when I fuse Jack Frost for the first time. And then I will kick you out of the call for comedic effect. I will disable streamer mode specifically so that stream hears the boom.
Alright, I have played a little bit of Persona 2, but I haven't come across a mascot character yet.
I once heard the argument that
Yeah.
Igor is kind of the mascot of the Persona series as a whole, and I kind of agree.
Yeah,
Mascot
Which I
may not be the
already
right
claimed
word, but,
Igor
like,
too, so
Yeah.
there's so many words being said that I absolutely understand. Oh, Zakori, I think you would like Persona as a story experience. It's very fun, but it is also, I don't know, it's one of those things that fandoms just go nuts for because there's all those little things you pick apart and I don't know. My fur! Yeah, anyway, I think you got the slime already, right?
Yeah, I did.
All right. back to the game at hand. We can't commit to playing Persona before we finish this game. It's hard enough to get
Before
four
we
people
finish
in
this very
a room for
stream.
this game. Yeah.
Not at all! I was only doing what the Rock of the Gods would have wanted.
What's the matter? Cat got your tongue?
He's mesmerized by my beauty.
Sizzle.
Hey, the cat's not allowed to get your tongue.
I think he's dying
Football
again.
gave him a concussion.
Yeah, I think he's dying again. Clearly, he's doing the same heart attack dance that the Justice Minister was just doing.
Excuse me, but are you? No, it couldn't be.
Have we met before?
Aren't you? Aren't you that little girl from that time?
Tony repeats said someone killed me and his teammates didn't care. Then Protagon said I hate Black Frost and his teammates were furious. That's very fun. That's very fun.
I'll never forget it. It was 10 years ago in this park.
10 years ago, the DL6 incident. We went like 3 streams without making that joke.
10 years ago? Are you talking about...
Trick time? Close this dumpster lid.
Here in this park, the gods surely control fate.
No,
Today.
Len, that's grammatically incorrect. It's actually, I'd be he furious too, ho.
Today,
I did learn
10
quite a bit about how Jack
years
Frost
from
is
that
written.
day, we meet once again. If that isn't the power of the gods, then what else is it?
It could just be coincidence.
Gods!
But apparently you know our lady detective here. Could you tell us about it? About what happened 10 years ago?
Yes! Yes, of course! I was actually just about to do that.
Rock of the Gods. What's this Rock of the Gods you keep mentioning?
Don't you know? It's right there in front of us!
Mino, what the fuck? Oh, Missile.
That is a rock of the dogs.
Oh.
Oh, Missile. Wait a minute. You say G-O-D-S. Do you mean D-O-G-S? God damn it, I forgot the game made the same joke.
Of course not! Don't be silly! This is no time for ridiculous word games!
Playing this game on stream is a very dangerous game of... I don't want to say this observation out loud because I don't know if this is something that I know from later in the game that the game is not going to tell me until much later.
Oh god, same.
It is the
That is
same...
the trouble with playing games you already know.
Yeah, but it's very similar to when we played Undertale, but instead of like crucial plot details, it was all just we accidentally predicted the jokes from like one text box away because Undertale has been imprinted on our psyche forever.
Toby Fox has warped our sense of humor forever.
Missile, get the banana!
Ridiculous word games.
Yeah, you got this one. I thought.
You are standing just above the Rock of the Gods now. Take a good look at that monument.
Monument?
Rock of the Gods, Temsic Park. Why am I saying this? I'm literally the only character in this scene who would not be able to read that.
The Rock of the Gods.
The rock is buried in the ground right there. It's been there these 10 years. Ever since that day, it flew down from the heavens and showed us a miracle.
A miracle? Yeah, you're getting it now, Len.
So this rock you've been talking about is a meteorite?
Precisely! It dropped from the sky on that day, 10 years ago. Yes, of course. Surely you know all about it.
Me?
Clearly she doesn't.
That day, I just happened to be passing through this park. I had no idea that day would change my destiny. The sun was going down, and through the gloom, I heard the scream of a little girl.
Do you remember earlier when he said, when we made the joke about his tragic backstory about not repeating the same mistake?
Yep.
God damn it!
I had a
I
feeling
didn't
it was
want to
just
say
what we talked
nothing.
about.
I forgot about that! I forgot that that is specifically what he's referring to. Even the stupid side characters in this game have such ridiculous attention to detail. God
This
damn
is a
it!
game where the details matter.
Shoot Takumi!
Yep.
Teach me how to do the panic dance and then teach me how to write.
Eek. This is,
Now, just calm down and drop that weapon.
Stay back! If you come any closer, I'll shoot her!
I peeked out fearfully from the bushes and saw some shadowy figures.
I can't help but imagine the still from the Steel Samurai case where it's Cody Hackins poking out and looking at the Steel Samurai walking past. I'm just imagining him doing that off screen.
Yeah, but that only works in 3 dimensions. This is a 2-dimensional world.
Exactly.
I didn't see the face of the criminal clearly. I knew I should do something to help, but I couldn't move. The tension was so thick it was painful, just when I couldn't stand it any longer. That's when it happened. The sky suddenly burned bluish white.
In sepia tone!
When it crashed into the ground, the meteorite gave off a shower of beautiful fragments.
I think the sky glowing white would be a little concerning, because that implies that something
also
is...
the fact that it's night.
Yeah.
And then I saw it.
Actually, did he say day or night? Also, this game has a text log.
I think it's
Still not over there.
day.
Yeah, since that day, it flew down from the heavens and showed us a miracle.
Oh yeah, I guess it wasn't really quite night yet.
Yeah.
It looks dark because flashback sepia color, but I'm pretty sure the scene happens during the day.
Yeah, the
Oh, the
sun was
sun was
going
going
down,
down.
and through the gloom.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So the sky suddenly turning blue again, as if the sun is rising again, is a little concerning.
Mhm.
Oh, good. I don't have to go to bed yet.
One of those
Daylight
beautiful
savings be
fragments.
like. The sun literally rewinds through the sky.
Beautiful fragments pierced into the criminal's back. The judgment of the gods was brought down on the park that day. "10 years ago, the little girl that was you was saved by the Rock of the Gods.
Oh my... Can't believe it.
The Rock of the Gods was given the name Temsik.
And I think Dragoni made this as part of a joke earlier, but Kismet is Russian for, isn't it?
Miracle.
Yeah. Now, are you sure? Because I remember in the CATV playthrough.
I said, yes, I remember that. I was convinced it was the Russian word for meteorite, but then I looked it up and it was actually miracle.
It's
I don't even know if it's Russian. I think it's just English for miracle.
really.
Yeah. Looking it up now, it comes from Arabic roots. It's just any big word, kismet, karma, destiny. A lot of those are synonymous.
Okay.
and still today. It lies sleeping deep in the park's earth.
Temsic.
I never knew about this Temsic. I always thought Detective Jowd was the one who saved me.
You were very young then, and you passed out from the shock of being taken hostage. Of course you wouldn't remember.
But that's funny. A huge incident like that should have caused quite a stir. It's strange you never heard of it, Lynn.
It is, isn't it? But now that I think about it, I remember I didn't want to think about what happened.
This man is your
I
hero.
avoid-
How did you not think about this constantly?
I avoided the news.
Drama.
And I
Yeah,
never wanted,
it's
I
more of
never
a,
came back to this park again.
it's
You're not
more of
finishing
a,
this line, Mush.
Yeah, it's more of a rhetorical question on like, wow, that like she was able to take such a like intensely positive emotion of her feelings towards Detective Jowd while also blocking out so much of it because
Human mentality is a funny thing.
yeah,
That's why I didn't know anything about it.
The meteorite was named Temsic after the name of this park that it fell in. And then the Rock of the Gods was forgotten. Now, an awful thing is happening. They're talking about turning the park into a housing site. I'll never forget the miracle I witnessed that day. And so I've taken up residence in this park, and I'm trying to appeal to the people. Protect the park, the Rock of the Gods. That is my mission.
I see.
oh, Missile.
I'm taking you with me, Missile.
So 10 years ago, the little girl that was Lynn wasn't aware of the meteorite. I get that. But Detective Jowd, on the other hand, there's no way he didn't know about this Temsic thing. And if he knew,
And the man died. I took his life.
what was that confession of his all about? The rocks of the gods that fell from the sky 10 years ago changed the destinies of many people's lives, like the ripples on a pond when a pebble is dropped in. With every answer I get, I learn about a new mystery. Will I be able to break the chain of mysteries before dawn? Anyway, now that we have the evidence we need, we decided to meet up at the minister's office. Besides, there are a few things I want to ask Detective Jowd. I feel like a meteorite would be a very remarkable feature of a park. How is it going under? Because a man was murdered at the site on the same day.
We found the music box, Detective Jowd.
Good job, Lynn. I knew you would.
Also, regardless, it would have been 10 years, so, like, and the public consciousness is a very fickle thing as well. So, the odds of them remembering that, especially if it's a small park in a big city, you know?
Once everything had been resolved, I had wanted you to give this to him.
Him? You mean Inspector Campanella, right?
I don't suppose he'll ever forgive me.
Detective Jowd.
Now then, let's get this thing open. There's a certain knack to doing it, you know.
Murder park, target the teen demographic. I don't know why, but the very first mental image that came to mind was the stupid park from
Come on,
Gun.
do it.
I believe in you.
Shadow the Hedgehog?
No, I'm blacking it out from my memory because it was a traumatic event where I was kidnapped and held at gunpoint by a close friend of mine and forced to play a game. The fucking town, the starting town from Yeek.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just say Yeek. That's all that matters. The rest,
Yeah.
the details aren't important.
Yeah, but there are specifically some really like edgy teenager character models that would hang out in that general vicinity, or in other parts of the game. I don't know. I see why you blocked it out. Oh fuck! I know who's responsible for that. It was man. Anyway, there's a certain knack to doing it.
Just cracks it open.
He calls that a knack? Looks more like brute strength to me. Oh.
Here you are.
It's a cool trick, actually. Mister, what are you doing?
You should find scorch marks on the grip.
Scorch marks?
When Camilla built her contraption, she used a special kind of string. It's the kind magicians used. It burns up in an instant and disappears.
Why would little Camilla use something like that?
I don't know. Maybe because she's a detective's daughter. My enunciation has gone out the window.
This game, I'm trying to think about when this game would have been written relative to Apollo Justice. Because
Oh.
the daughter of a famous investigator, or, you know, basically an investigator, that's half of Phoenix's job, relative to, you know, having a daughter interested in magic tricks. I don't know. I'd like to ask Shu Takumi about both his writing process and also the way that things overlap and what other media influences his writing process, because I don't know, that's just something that always interests me, especially for someone with such a close attention to detail as Shu Takumi, as this game has illustrated. Anyway.
Not leaving any evidence behind and all that.
In the case report, there was mention of some scorch marks.
When it happened, Camilla was watching from her hiding place. She saw the flame under the gun, something she naturally didn't include in her design. I took the gun out of the frame and replaced it with a picture. If you remove the picture, you should find the scorch marks behind it on the frame, too. And those marks should match up with the one from the gun.
In other words,
It proves the contraption existed there in that room that day.
And it didn't work the way your little girl intended, is that right?
Exactly. Some cowardly culprit modified the design.
But that angle was never brought up in court. And so, as Justice Minister, I must call off the execution at this point.
I knew I was right. It wasn't Detective Jowd. Now we can finally prove that. Thank goodness.
Thank you, Lynn. In those eyes of yours, I see the eyes of that little girl from 10 years ago.
Well, damn. What's the matter?
I just don't know. What should I have done 5 years ago?
Back then, nobody had any way of knowing the true nature of the manipulator. It wasn't anybody's fault that we didn't know the truth.
Do you really think so?
Of course. Besides, what's important right now is deciding what to do next. Am I right?
She's right, Mr. Minister.
Yes, of course. I do believe she is.
Wait, hang on. The lack of missile is truly impacting this entire stream. I just had to make sure that it was known.
I just don't know. What should I do next?
You'll figure it out. We believe in you.
Sissel, if you hadn't come to my cell tonight, I would be gone by now. But ever having known any of this is what I deserve. That's what I told myself these past 5 years. But things are different now. Thanks to you, my eyes have finally been opened.
Tonight, I've come into contact with a lot of people's lives and got involved in their fates. And the only reason I was doing it was to regain my own lost memory. But things are different now. We're connected to each other somehow. I just know it. And that's why I need to ask you a few more questions, in order to find out the truth about us.
Fair enough. Fire away.
Sissel told me all about it, Detective Jout. About the manipulator.
Yes. And it looks like this manipulator really did a number on the minister, too.
Please don't pick on the minister. If he dies again, I'm the one who has to save him.
Sissel, do you think that's what happened to me too?
What are you talking about, Lynn? Don't tell me. You were wow. You were manipulated too?
There was always a part of me that just couldn't believe it.
Oh, wrong. Wrong.
Oh, look at that! The log
Incorrect.
shows who's saying it now. That's good. There was always a part of me
Oh.
that just couldn't believe it. That image of the one who shot me. But now I see the possibility of a new explanation.
But who is it? And why did they do it? That contraption was a birthday surprise for Camilla's mother, wasn't it?
That's right.
Something's been bothering me about it. I feel like I know that device from somewhere.
No surprise there. You lost your life once tonight because... You lost your life once tonight because of that machine.
Right? I knew it! See, Detective Jout?
No, I'm afraid I don't see.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You weren't here for that. I told Detective Jout about it. Told him about seeing the exact same contraption tonight in a completely different place.
That's very strange indeed. A junkyard on the edge of town? I've never even heard of the place. And what's more, I've never told a single soul about that contraption.
You haven't?
That old pigeon guy. Who in the world is he? Like I said, he's the true killer. He has to be. Detective Jowd, you must have heard this name before. Temsic. The meteorite that fell in the park 10 years ago. You were there.
So you found out about that, did you?
Never trust a man with a pigeon on his head. Facts. I hear that meteorite saved little Lynn's life.
That's right. I couldn't do anything to help Lynn that day.
But in that case, I don't get it. If it's true, doesn't it mean you didn't steal someone's life away?
What are you talking about?
Detective Jowd, you told me that 10 years ago, the person who killed the perpetrator in the park was you.
What? But it was the meteorite.
I wasn't lying. I stole that man's life away. No question about it. It was entirely my fault. I was just about to shoot him. I would have shot him in the next instant if the meteorite hadn't come. At that point, I was already a murderer.
That's not true! You were trying to save me!
Lynn, I'm sorry, but I don't think that's really it.
Huh?
The truth about 10 years ago.
On that day, on that day
Day.
10 years ago, a different incident happened in another place.
Another place?
Yes, in the police headquarters interrogation room. The worst sort of incident. A suspect who was being questioned escaped.
Wow, I didn't know about that.
I happened to be there in the detective division, so I joined the chase. Fortunately, or I guess unfortunately, I was able to track him down alone in the park.
I know we talked about this the first time that we heard this theme, but God, Jowd's themes remix is so good.
Yes.
Yeah.
And now it's done.
Hold it right there! I fired a warning shot. I wanted to catch him, bad. That warning shot made him panic. At the time, I was a young and green detective, brandishing my sense of justice like a sword. I made him panic, and I got you involved, Lynn. It was all my fault.
Detective Joe.
All I could see was my target. I couldn't even see you. I'm so sorry, Lynn.
So the man who grabbed me died that day.
These last 10 years, I've never forgotten his face. And then a few years after that, when my wife Alma died in such a mysterious way, I thought it was fate. My punishment for what I'd done. Kismet, if you would.
Shut the fuck up.
I painted pictures in my cell. Nothing but portraits of people's faces. All the faces of the many people I'd met in my life and didn't want to forget. Yeah. And tonight, I finished my last portrait. The final face I wanted to remember. The final face. The face of the man in the park that day.
Wait just 1 minute. That can't be. I saw that painting. I saw the face you painted tonight.
Just his hair popping a bit.
It was my face. Are you telling me I was the man in the park that time?
That's right. That face of yours is the face I saw 10 years ago. The face of the man whose life I stole. Of the man who was pronounced dead at the scene.
But hold on, Detective Joe. That can't be true. I just met Sissel for the first time tonight. And he died right in front of me.
By the way, the man that I know the name that I know the man in the park that day by isn't Sissel.
That was a sentence.
What?
From the first minute I laid eyes on you tonight, I've been wondering, who in the world is this guy?
I... Mr. Minister?
Inspector Cabanella, where are you?
Just be quiet and listen. This is our demand.
What? Demand?
Our demand hasn't changed. The execution must be tonight. Once we've confirmed it's been carried out, we'll release the hostage.
What are you talking about, Inspector Cabanella? And you know it wasn't my daughter who was abducted.
Does it really matter who the hostage is? A life is a life. Even if it's the daughter of a death row prisoner. Once the criminal gets the punishment he deserves, the hostage will go free. Carry out the execution immediately and wait for our call.
What is it, Mr. Minister? You look paler than ever.
What in the world? What's going on? Inspector Cabanella!
A rock of the gods that fell from the sky 10 years ago twisted the fates of many people and started a chain of tragic events. And even now, the chain continues to grow ever longer. Inspector Cabanella's call and proved that to us. And the greatest mystery of all has risen to the surface. Who is this me I've been chasing all night? Who am I? I'm even further from knowing than when I started.
Fucking love
All
that
right,
movie.
we are getting into it.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, the plot. Plottins.
Plot.
The
Oh,
plot
dear
has
God, is it for plotting?
the plot has thickened to the point that it has become concrete, baby. Concrete in the shape of a rugby ball falling down on a man's head and killing him. The plot has fallen on the Park Guardian's head and killed him on impact.
Whew.
Hello, Camilla.
Hello, Camilla. This shot of the moon is so good.
Mm-hmm.
This park
Well,
is
that
also...
shot of the moon.
This shot of the moon is also very good.
Very big moon.
Yeah, but that last one,
big.
though.
Moon big. Man. Cleared chapter 14. And what a chapter it was. Literally, like, look at the time span there. How much time we
Yeah.
spent just, like, talking about that stuff. That's such, like, accurate.
1 hour and 27 minutes.
Yep. On top of that, most of this plot, like, most of this chapter didn't even really take place in that time frame. It took place in the time span after, like, when we were going back in time to save the Park Guardian. Man. Avert fate without any deaths after the final fate change. Take aim and nail it on the second try. What's the 13th?
Oh, the chandelier.
Oh.
I guess the first time is guaranteed.
Fail by
to-
keeping the
yes.
ball away from Mino.
Oh no.
Okay, I kind of want to do these, but it is late. It's 11:11. We've been going for about 3 hours, 3.5 hours.
Damn.
And I've got to do. I still don't get why the fuck he is here.
Gotta put somebody's portrait there, and everyone else has already been used. Why are you here?
Exactly.
Who invited you?
I love that it's this shot of Camilla specifically. It's
Dylan.
very funny. She just vibing in her throne with her juice box.
Juice box of the good book.
I was gonna make a joke about how someone get this girl some chalky milk, but then I realized that all the stores were closed and they can't sell milk. That was a plot point. That has explicitly been stated. No. Jesus. Feeling of being ghost tricked. All right. Let's see. Is there anyone live that might be good to raid?
When's the next time we get to play this?
Oh, I hope it's soon. Oh, I hope it's soon because it's so. Oh, it's getting good. I mean, it was already good, but it's. Oh. Water. Thank you.
And water.
Water and water and water. I should make a thing where I can just cause the stream to like the screen to flood if enough people redeem drink water enough times. That'd be really fun. I'd like to. I mean, it's not like it's the first time I've had intrusive things like.
I'm just imagining it as like the water level indicator in Salmon Run.
No, it just slowly creeps in and it's just water and water and water, water, water and water and water, water, water and water and water, water, water and water and water. Drink? I will. Also, I don't know if this button does anything right now, but I also have this button on my stream deck.
I heard a little bit of audio there.
Wait, where is he?
Where's my
My star button?
Whoa.
Whoa.
Whoa! Well, he might not be on this layout.
You should be. Oh, I hid the entire stupid overlay jokes button. Hide. Away with you. You know what else I hid in the stupid overlay jokes layout?
Then.
Them.
Them is cut off.
It is.
It says then.
Oh yeah, other thing I hid in the stupid overlay jokes thing. Which reminds me, happy Bal Anniversary, everyone! I could have been playing that tonight, but then I decided I don't hate myself.
You played that in too much. It's infected your brain. You need a.
Genuinely, I have some kind of, like, complex at this point. It's honestly shocking.
That and you.
We love it when self-care. Oh man, the other day, when on the day of the Bal Anniversary, Duck sent me a message saying like, "You okay, dude? You changed your profile picture to Balan," and then I was like, "It's the Bal Anniversary," and he's like, "Oh, that's right. I'm sorry for your loss." It was very good. All right, let's see. Is there anyone live that we can raid? Yeah, go to bed, Zakori.
Maybe night.
He hates himself. Oh, correct. Alright, let us find Arts Target. If I can spell, that might help. Alright, we're gonna raid Optimisfit. If you recall, they were the ones that we initially raided when we were playing Hamtaro. So we're gonna give them a raid. Everyone say Ghost Trick good. What's another thing from tonight that's not like a spoiler that we can say? We'll just say.
Not sure.
Let's just say play Ghost Trick, everyone. Good night, everyone. Thank you so much for watching.
All right.
This is a very fun game. I promise it'll be less than a month. Good night, everyone. Bye-bye.
Bye.